Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures relatively unchanged so far this morning to start off a brand new month. Wall Street's going for a third straight positive month. The Dow, the S&P, and NASDAQ all solidly higher last week once again as investors and traders continue to kind of buy back into stocks based on optimism coming from economies starting to reopen and get back to normal. We have the unfortunate riots that are happening throughout the U.S. At this point as well that we need to keep an eye on. At this point, some individual stocks moving this morning in the pre-market because of the intensity of the riots. We'll get to those individually as well. Eli Lilly to the upside this morning. They're going to start a human trial on a possible COVID-19 treatment. We have shares of Virgin Galactic to the upside this morning after SpaceX successfully delivered 2 astronauts to the International Space Station over the weekend. And Target shares to the downside this morning on news they plan to close some stores in the cities hardest hit by these riots that are happening throughout the U.S. It is Monday, June 1st, 2020. Trader TV Live starts now. And there's a look at APAC region markets from the overnight session. You can see Hong Kong and Shanghai both solidly higher. Of course, we had the press conference back on Friday afternoon that Trump was saying all kinds of nasty stuff about the relationship between the U.S. and China, but 3% for both Hong Kong and Shanghai to the upside. Let's go over to Europe and have a look at how things are shaping up so far. Pretty mixed here. Germany and the Swiss market, you can see to the downside, everything else solidly higher. We'll have a look at North America as well and see how futures are shaping up. Yeah, pretty muted. We are to the downside now in the U.S. The TSX here in Toronto, slightly higher. Brazil is open, trading lower. Bitcoin's higher this morning. Crude oil and gold, both pointing to the downside as well. An interesting start to both a new week and a new month. Good morning, guys. We have obviously a lot of political tensions throughout the U.S. and some little teeny tiny stocks moving sharply higher this morning because of those riots. We're hearing Target obviously closing some stores throughout the U.S. now because of them as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, look, it's trying times, and I'm sure everybody understands that. For me, I want to start positively. First of all, you had what was an unbelievable moment if you watch SpaceX. That flight, it's one of those things that it's a pretty cool milestone, and you see a Virgin moving up, kind of a sympathetic tone to the upside. I do think there, you guys might have noticed that that poll was like 87%, I think, Sean?
Oh, I
didn't
even check what it was, but it was in the high 80s, I'd say.
I don't know. Either way, I am a man of my word and shaved the head. My wife is happy with it because she didn't have to do it, so we'll do the cue ball look and see how it goes. Let us know how you like it, see if I'll keep it along. But look, it's going to be an interesting week. Brendan touched on a lot of these tones that I think are going to be important throughout the time here. And I don't know how much of an effect these protests are going to have long term on some of these companies that are reopening, but it is something to consider, especially with lockdowns opening up. You do kind of feel like if there's a second wave, this could get very, very interesting in terms of some of the names that have been bouncing back very recently here. But either way, we have a lot to cover. I think it's going to be a huge week. We got a guest trader coming through today who's been a long time watcher. There should be a lot of fun, Sean.
Yeah, Jarhead going to be joining us today. So shout out to you, Jarhead. Anybody seeing Jarhead on the chat, he'll be on live, and we'll put a face to the name. And thank you for that one, guys. Yeah, and people loving the fresh look here, guys. So, yeah, good one. I'm glad we put that poll up. Follow us on Twitter all the time. We're looking for subscribers. We're going to be dropping a new video after today, and it should be just an absolutely fantastic day. I mean, obviously, we'll go through some of the political drama and whatnot and some of the civil rights and human rights issues now in the States is going crazy. We wish the best for that and hopefully a speedy recovery, but I don't know if that's going to be happening soon. But Target, good name there on watch. And I mean, a lot of the retail stores, look, it's relatively isolated, and I mean, a few stores getting looted and whatnot. It's just horrible, but at the same time, I think a lot of these companies can recover. So let's just see what the market does today. I'm actually surprised that we're pretty flat heading into the day, and let's just wait to see what happens. The market market is a pretty resilient place, Brendan.
Yeah, brand new educational video coming at the end of the show, guys, over on our Market Wisdom page. Valeria is going to release the link towards the end of the show, so stick around for that. Speaking of Valeria, let's get over to the desk and say good morning to her.
Good morning and hello everyone, welcome to Trader TV Live. Guys, I wish you a great trading day, and we are here as usual to make it even better. Please subscribe to our channel to receive notifications when we are back on air. And also we are very close to reach 30,000 subscriptions, which means I will do my floss moves in live for you guys. So subscribe for it now in order to see it's gonna happen very soon, today or tomorrow. And of course, hit the thumbs up. You are so supportive that it's already our tradition to reach more than 400 likes before market opens. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you later. Back to traders.
Valeria is also going to send out a link for the watch list, guys. Get out your watch list right now. If you haven't signed up, do so. All you have to do is enter an email address. We'll send you our watch list every single morning, so you can follow along as we go through what is moving in the pre-market and why these things are moving in the pre-market. The first one we're going to talk about, Virgin Galactic. Neil touched on it very briefly there. Yeah, pretty spectacular video and pictures coming out over the weekend. There you go. There's a nice look at it. The launch of the SpaceX shuttle. I was actually more impressed about the rocket coming back down, landing on that ship out at sea, than the actual trip. But it looked like Star Trek. It was very futuristic. It was pretty cool to watch. But yeah, Virgin Galactic, kind of a sympathy play here, guys, moving higher on this news. I mean, the interesting part of it was NASA is paying SpaceX apparently $55 million per seat on this shuttle every time it goes up.
Is that a lot? I mean, I don't really know the price, but this has really nothing.
I mean, it's less than the billions, obviously, that NASA was spending, 10 years ago to send the shuttles up. But still,
that's what happens when private
a private company,
private sector gets involved, costs come down, and I think. Space, so that's Virgin Galactic. Remember, these two companies, they're not the same. SpaceX is Elon Musk's company here, but let's call it up here, SPCE over here in New York. And yeah, this is a ride or die name here for sure. It's up and down, can go up 10%, 20% in a day, can fall the same way. So today, yeah, people watching the videos and they're getting a little excited about everything, and why not? I think space, what they're thinking about Virgin Galactic here was I think it was somewhere like $250,000 or something to do a very similar trip up and down like that. So we'll wait to see if this one can get going. Obviously $18, $19 is right here as well on a one-day chart. It's not quite breakout territory for me yet. Wow, look at this dip, guys, down to $9 in that dreaded day in March. But 21, I think before it's actually a longer term buy, it's sort of got to get above $21, $22. It's nice to see what it's trying to do right now, 18, 18.50. It's still pretty bunched up here. Like you could run to 20 and then drop. You could run to 20 and then break through. So this is one of those cult names that gets going when it wants to. So watch out. I mean, I'm only going to be going long today, even though the short, it probably looks better breaking through $18 on the downside. I just think $18.50, why not give it a shot here? $18.59, $18.60, a lot of people logging into their accounts today. And maybe, Neil, they want to get part of this space money. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, $17.50, $17.75 is a couple of support levels if you want to be buying some dips. The key here is proving that something is possible in a fantastic way done by Elon Musk at SpaceX. And I think this is why we're moving to the upside. It's about charting new territories, and Virgin is following the path, so to speak, and that's why they're up sympathy-wise. Sean, you're dead on about the whole sort of breakout. If it breaks 19, you're running into resistance at 21. So that's probably a good day trade on a 19 break. In terms of a swing like you're probably alluding to there, yeah, 21's probably the bigger look there. Either way, I think it's a good opportunity to be a buyer today. If the market does want to come off heavily, I think at some point you could see some profit taking that we might be involved in. But I'm looking at those support levels at 75, 1775 and 1750 to the downside.
All right, guys, let's go to Eli Lilly, the next one here, moving higher this morning as well. Not a lot of volume here, but the FDA has given Eli Lilly the go-ahead to do a human trial on a possible antibody treatment for COVID-19. Apparently, the antibodies were recovered from one of the very first patients to recover from the disease way back a couple months ago, and they've very quickly developed this potential antibody treatment here. So LLY to the upside. We're holding above this 156 once again.
The thing about these stories is it feels like fading them has always been the better play. That being said, 159 was a resistance level I was looking at when I went to when I sort of drew this back and went into a couple of weeks ago. Sort of able to find a little bit of a level here. You had a flush when it failed through 160, and then the next couple of days, 159 was certainly a resistance point. So if it was trading a little bit higher, I'd be more aggressive thinking about shorting this one right off the open. Support's not down to 153.65. I was looking at that to, I guess, Friday's close of basically 153 even. Maybe it's a breakdown trade through 156. I mean, Lily's only done 31,000 in the pre-market, so probably going to allow the opening range to get put in here. Hopefully, we can see a bump up, and then I could sell in front of 159, but I'm not doing that at 156.
No, I went to look in here. It's only 31,000 shares, and then so I went to see what was going on in the market imbalance locator. Again, guys, this is the market on open, right? And so right here you have Eli Lilly, LLY, and it's a sleepy time, 14,000 shares to buy. So yeah, it doesn't seem like it's paired off 22,000. That's what the PV is. The side down here is which way the market's going on open there, not the market, but the stock. And then you'll see the size of what's coming through. So right now, only 15,000 shares on Eli Lilly. So it doesn't look great. We'll sort this again just to see what's going on here. Cody, we'll get to them in a bit. Hexo Cannabis Company, Nokia, there's Virgin Galactic. I'll keep calling it SpaceX probably today, but there's Virgin Galactic as well, and I want to get to Macy's at some point. So Eli Lilly, it's not going to be on my radar, but just for you guys, obviously what's been happening with some of these names, they come up with something and then they get faded down. So yeah, I don't know, until there's some sort of a push through on either Moderna, we talked about them a lot, we talked about Abbott Labs, and here comes another one, Eli Lilly. I mean, Abbott Labs is on testing, but 175, 157, 157.50 is the top. So if you like that, go long through there, but I'm going to stay away for now.
All right, guys, let's go to Canopy Growth. Big moves in the cannabis sector last week as a whole. This one back to the downside this morning, once again, slapped with a bunch of downgrades and price target cuts. I think 4 or 5 even. Some of them Stifel, PI Financial, BMO, and RBC, all lowering price targets and cutting to a sell here for CGC. So this is in New York, obviously down 4% here. I was just looking at this kind of 17 area from Friday, and then 1725 above that as possible resistance if you're watching in New York.
Yeah, I mean, to add a couple of levels to that, if it goes a little bit higher, I was looking at 1795 as well, but those levels are certainly worth a watch. You're definitely seeing everybody give them a downgrade today, and then the real story, of course, was on Friday, the gigantic drop right before the open. So kick back to this other level here on a big-time move for this week. Think about 1850. I would expect there to be some definite support there at some point if we get there, whether that's today or tomorrow. So I'm looking at a couple of levels here to be shorters of. I'm not shorting necessarily an immediate breakdown of the 1650, even though that setup, if you kind of look at the pre-market action, looks like a decent one. It's not on the highest amount of volume, so I'm not really sure whether that represents a solid buyer, but 1650 could be a breakdown price if you like it. I prefer to have a look at it test 17 off the open as opposed to doing a breakdown trade on relatively low volume, in my opinion.
Look, the problem with, yeah, I mean, I agree 100%. This is CGC right here. This is 1650. It touched it Thursday or Friday. Touched it again. I guess this is just Friday. Touch it again, and then obviously you see the move up. We were wrong on this name on Friday off of earnings, but you can see what's happened here. We got as high as 2250. This 1650, I guess, was May 20th, 21st or so. We did touch down there. This was the report. They're rocking and rolling there. We get some good news from ACB, and then bang, they get completely annihilated on Friday. And what you're going to see here is that it was very, very choppy off the open. We had the short, then we had the long. Didn't make really any money at all on any of this stuff. So I'm just waiting to see what happens again. Yeah, Neil's hit it out there. 1725 or so on the upside. But I do like 1650 breaking down, and we're right here right now. So I think it'll be a small position off the open to break through 1650 on Canopy. I mean, so many downgrades today, guys. I think you got to stand a little bit firm on this stock and take the short and give it a little bit of room, maybe up here to 18. But it was not a good stock off earnings on Friday. So
Yeah, continued weakness, obviously, here this morning to the downside for CGC. Let's go to the travel companies here. The group itself, pretty positive last week, but moving higher again this morning, specifically the airlines and the cruise operators. Outside of, looks like DAL has worked its way, Delta, all the way back to about break even here. Heading towards the open, they announced that they are going to work with the pilots union to help prevent furlough of 2,300 further pilots. For Delta, UAL also out with news this morning. They're planning to cut 13 of their officer positions as part of their restructuring. So some of the airlines coming back in here a bit. I just brought up Delta here, guys. You can have a look at any of them, really. But yeah, pretty negative look now, right back to the downside.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually ultimately flat if you look at it. The move that we've seen in the pre-market, it's already put in about a 70-cent move, which is not insignificant. I was immediately looking for where we could find some support. 24 even seems like the obvious point here. There was a pivot through about 23.80 to 24 even on Delta specifically. Of course, you can be watching any of these names to the upside. There's a lot of chop, to be perfectly honest. I think if you get past this 25.50, there's nothing really firm until you get into the 40s and 50s, the 26.50. So to the upside, I don't see anything obvious until I guess we open up and then see where resistance might be. When it comes to support, I think we can firmly look at 24.50 to 60 right down here. Looks like an interesting level. We've already come down 70 cents, another dollar, another 30, 40 cents pushing that dollar range, and then we see if we can't catch a little bit of a bounce on the airlines. That being said, it's not the first place I'm looking to be short, to be honest with you, over in Delta. I would much rather be playing in the cruise ships. I think CCL and NCLH have treated me a little bit better than the airlines the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I really liked 1650 on CCL, but that obviously didn't happen, and we're going to wait to see on that one. That's to the upside here, but now the market's faded back down. You've seen what happened in the last hour or so, down about, I don't know, 15 or 20 handles here. So yeah, CCL right now not looking great. It has been my number one stock probably last month overall. We'll try to run those numbers and I'll get those to you, but 1575 on the downside. That's kind of right where we are right now. I will check back in the imbalance locator quickly as we go. I do not see any CCL here. I don't even see any space. No, I see space. I don't really see any cruise or anything like that on here right now. So I don't know, man. I'm not super excited about any of these names today. AAL, of course, another one that is very popular to trade. Only $10. A lot of these names getting crushed lately, and including today. I mean, you go from 10 down to 10.75. I still think you could break $11 up here. So we'll wait to see AAL on the upside, but nice little bottom of 10.50. So if you can get that low, let's go short. But right now, I just don't know what these futures are going to do on a Monday. I'd rather let the market open up and then treat these appropriately, guys.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow grind to the downside underway here for the overall market. So some negativity creeping back in. Once again, guys, if you haven't signed up for the watch list, please do so. Valeria will help you out. We'll send you the link. You just have to enter your email. We'll shoot you a watch list every single morning so you can play along and follow along with us as we go through what is moving along or moving around in the pre-market. We mentioned COTY, the beauty company, a little bit earlier. They're teaming up with KKR to take their hair product line private, separate company altogether. They also named Chairman Peter Harf as CEO. Guys, I think it was the fourth CEO in 5 years for this company. So a little bit of a positive look here, though, for COTY today.
Yeah, they got crushed on Friday, opening up around like $4 and then bottoming out at $3.60. $4 kind of just broke right now on 1 million shares of volume in the pre-market, but $4.12 was the level I was watching. If you go back to Thursday, that was the bottom, and then that was where the flush started out in the pre-market on Friday. So we break through $4.12. I'll take a shot at this one long if it fails that price, and that can happen two ways. We can have the open, immediately flush. I'll probably look to be a shorter at that point, or maybe if we make a break of 412, only get a couple of cents and it's a failed break, maybe it gets to 15 or 16 on the way back down. I think you got to take a shot at selling Cody here if it does do that. It's a very particular circumstance, but after seeing what happened on Friday, I think it's worth it if you catch one of those types of moves. Jump through 412 and then comes right back in. I'll probably be a seller in that situation.
You did have again, I have to change some time frames here. Maybe go to 5 minutes here. You did have 420 as a spot here as well. Bounced off a couple times, couple bottoms here, 420, 420. I mean, call it 420, 425, but 4.25. If we get up to that level, then I kind of like the long. But until then, yeah, I mean, you just could come right back down here. We saw what it did on Friday, which is those levels up here. So let's wait to 425. We'll see if that breaks, and then we'll probably go a little long. This is 420 where it topped out in the morning on Friday. So we'll wait to see if it can take that again. 420. I actually like it on Cody here. That should be a decent price to go long. A nice little volume in the pre-market, 1.3 million. So yeah, guys, look, if you haven't got the watch list, make sure you subscribe for it. It's not just Gmail. Again, talk to your internet providers if there's any problems, because we have a lot of viewers that are using various email providers and get through it. But we do know Gmail is working. So maybe you set up a new one for our watch list, like watchlist@gmail.com. So obviously that's taken, but figure that out, guys, because you want to know all these names as we go through them, Brendan.
All right, guys, let's go to another little one here. Zynga, a little online media producer, up 10% this morning after the company announced it has acquired Turkey-based Peak, developer of the popular Toy and Toon Blast games. Sure, I have no idea what those are, but apparently they're very popular. Zynga up on that news. $1.8 billion deal in cash and stock. Right back to the downside, though. Again, another one of these ones kind of fading these gaps here this morning, guys. We're back to basically where it was on Friday.
A little more sense. I mean, you're the acquirer, and you're going to be putting cash and stock into the deal. You expect it to have a little bit of pressure on it, especially even if you get a bump to the upside there. And it was quite a big one when you look at that sort of pre-market action. And then, of course, it was already rallying on Friday. So the fact that it was already up a good 10% plus. And then you get this news, and you get another bump to the upside in the pre-market there. I was immediately looking at the Friday afternoon sort of support at $9. I think that's the first place to start out with if they like this news, and we bounced off there at least one time on a good amount of volume, 2.2 million shares worth of volume. I think 9 is going to be your first level of support. I would expect to see some buying in there. We're trying to long on Zynga. In front of that, I think you can safely do a little bit of a scalp reverse if you'd like to on a break of 9 even. I'm going to stick with the long for now. The levels to the upside for support on Zynga, I was basically looking at 10.15 and 10.50. Neither one of those is that close right now, but if they get to those prices, we'll be looking at that point to sell.
Yeah, I want to talk about Zoom here. I mean, obviously we love Zynga for sure as well, but here goes Zoom, guys. 184. They report. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, but
tomorrow,
they report tomorrow.
I think.
I don't know. It's one of those days. Anyways, me and Neil talking about it. We'll find out when Zoom reports, but it's going to be soon. And look, they're releasing a bunch of different things here. They're trying to address the Zoom bombing and whatnot. I think we're gonna get to that soon if we do. Is it on our board? No. Yes, okay, good, exactly. So here it is, guys, 184 in change on Zoom. So I like that one to the long side. We've seen a couple of these stocks come out, be strong, up 2%. This is near or at all-time highs right now. So that's a name here. Obviously, this is not working because it's on .ny, but it's .nq here. So Zoom, we'll wait to see on this one. Breaking through 184, I do like that one to the upside.
Yeah, earnings tomorrow on Zoom, and they announced this morning they're releasing stronger encryption to prevent the Zoom bombing. However, only available for paying customers. So anyone using the free version of the product, not getting that stronger encryption. So you heard the levels there from Sean on Zoom. So definitely one that will be worth a look today. I think already kind of fading back in a little bit. AYTU Biosciences, the next one here, guys. They announced emergency use authorization from the FDA for their rapid response COVID-19 test kit. Apparently, they've already delivered 1.4 million for distribution. So AYTU, the next one here, a little small cap gapping to the upside.
Yeah, it's kind of a standard play. It's up 15%. It's already put in a very, very solid range for you to be able to watch here. 185 top. It's got about a 178 to 180 lower high that it's already consolidating under. I think this is one of those. It's very, very liquid. It's done 7.8 million shares, so you're probably not going to get gigantic moves here. But if you can catch 10, 15 cent scalps, why not? I'll be looking for shorts on this one in front of 180, in front of that 185 mark. However, on the daily, 205. Was a bit of a level that I was watching. So that's the last time it popped up. It fades usually pretty well, but maintains a relatively tight range. So you don't get the home runs like I mentioned. If 185 breaks, you're running into immediate resistance 10% higher at 205 anyways. So I do like the short in front of, call it 180 even, I think is the best price, and 185 is your out. So I'm going to be looking to fade AYTU, just not thinking it's going to be a home run trade, however. It's probably 10% at best.
Okay. CGC, just looking at that one here. Looking at space right now as well, as that's faded back down just a little bit here. Looks like we're printing 1825s. I guess hasn't done that much. 1860 back down, so we're going to look at that one. Taking out 1875. Only 5 minutes to go here. Just checking back in as well with Canopy on another name that we've talked about on this list. 1670 looks like it's going to break 1675. Maybe this stock is overdone to the downside. Okay, we'll take that. But 1650 break, we'll be short and debating now after holding up going long through 1675. But honestly, man, a 25-cent range for this cannabis stock is very, very thin. So I'm just not sure what to do on this one. I just want to check back, let you viewers know that I do have an order to go long short through 1650 on Canopy, guys.
All right, guys, there was a couple of names we mentioned gapping up higher this morning, doing significant volume because of the rioting that's going on in the U.S. Chemtrex and then DGLY was the other one. They make the body cams for police officers and audio equipment that is used in two-way radios. So CETX up 156% here. Already broke this 250. If you were looking at a short, kind of 220 to 250 was an area. We're above that now. It needs to hold above 250 or get back down. Either way, I mean, significant move, huge volume here on CETX, guys.
This one's had a stronger feel all morning. I did try a short on it when it tested the pre-market high at 260 that it put in about 650 in the morning there. I got a 230 short. We took some out here at 220. Then you see it base out at that same price. And without breaking 220, I don't think this one's going to really have the legs to go. I tried shorting it again and it took off the top. The good news is it didn't really go anywhere. So if you're looking at the short now, I would probably say let it break 220. If that turns into a bit of a base, you're probably going to make another run at this high. And I feel like as much strength as has been shown, increasing volume later in the pre-market and then spiking to the upside and rounding to the upside is a pretty bullish sign for one of these little breakouts. That being said, I like a 220 short and we'll break only out through the high of the day now, which is 265. In the middle, I'm not going to touch it until the open with about 3.5 minutes to go. Another good one there at the board there, Brendan.
Yeah, one that was a big crazy mover from Friday, ADAP. We were talking about huge move up on Friday, ended up holding 12 as resistance up here. Gapping down this morning, like these kind of second day negative look type plays on these little ones. So yeah, negative 8% here. This 1050 area became a bit of a pivot back and forth all afternoon for ADAP, and then $11 above that, 1050, 11 for ADAP, guys.
All right, so
thanks a lot, Brennan. Yeah, there's going to be a lot to get to. We have only 3 minutes to go until market opened. Do remember today we got a video that's going to be dropping. We're going to be talking all about volume. That's a video that's going to come in our educational ones, and of course, we're mentioning pre-market volume is an important thing to be watching in a daily basis, especially with names that are going to be in play. You got to know what's significant. That's why CETX is interesting to me. It's been increasing its volume. CGC is still under 500,000 shares of pre-market volume, not a ton, but I'm looking to see if it bounces up to that 17 mark for the first shot. I did get burned doing something similar to this last week, but I'm going to give it another shot. It does look relatively weak with all those downgrades, of course. Everyone is asking about Tesla. Of course, they're making a strong move once again, but we turned around here about 865. I know, Kevin, you mentioned a couple of levels in the chat there, one of our senior traders joining us in that chat. The next level I was looking at, 878 through there. There's just not a heck of a lot of resistance on Tesla when you look at the daily chart. So that could be an interesting breakout. Whether you want to have it through that opening range high, 862 to 80 to 865, wait till 878 or scalp it to that price. Certainly on a longer time frame, it looks like it's making a run to that 900 one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm going to take this breakout right here, 863. So we're going to wait to see here. Tesla getting off of SpaceX, obviously getting some rally behind Elon. So let's just wait to see this one, 863 to break it. We only have a minute and a half to go before the bell. So a couple names that I'm looking at, obviously Hertz as well. We didn't talk about that, but that looks like it's going to break $1. So find out from your broker. I mean, this chart looks silly, but find out from your broker if you have any shares available for this one. It looks like it will break $1 at some point today. Canopy, I do have a buy through 17. So some people asking me about where do we buy some of these names today. I'm going to wait to see if it wants to take out 17. Then we'll see 17.10 more appropriately, and then back to the upside. I don't know, but I do like 16.50 break. So we're playing both sides on that one. And then I do like, actually, guys, just to talk about being in the space section, here goes Virgin Galactic. So we're going to wait to see, man. This could take out 18.75 to the top side as well. So that one's coming through. We'll see about that one. And other than that, man, the next one we have is Zoom. We may get into that earlier than we think as well. No, maybe not, as this one might take out 185. And that's about it, guys. So we're on the names here. Thank you, Enrique. I see that. We'll punch that one out. Thank you for that. We'll take a coffee on you. And thank you for that super chat, guys. Keep them coming with only 20 seconds to go. It's Mr. Rob Spracklin on the bell, ladies and gentlemen. So if we can drop that down. Rob, we're talking about working from home. He's enjoying himself, working hard as usual. Thank you so much for that, Rob, making sure our network and everything is strong and stronger. So only 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is open. It's Monday morning. It should be a wild and active.
All right, yes.
Let's see if we can't get some moves going here. Zynga, we did talk about this one. Off the open, it's immediately testing that 950 mark through the upside. So watch if it breaks this price. I'm looking to fade it if it does not get through this 950. Bit of a seller here. I'm looking at 50,000 shares. And Hertz, if you guys are watching, holding one even. Big time buyer at 1.
Yeah, market flushing down here, guys, quite dramatically. So let's wait to see. Wow, yeah, nice little move down. 3,034 right down here. Nice little 7-8 handle drop. Let's check back in on Tesla. Did not get in on the upside, so obviously that's not triggering yet. But here it comes. Tesla straight to the upside. Let's see what we can do now, guys. We are into Zoom now as well. Zoom long 184, already nicely in the money. Let's see if we can't crack through 185. We're long Zoom right now. The only stock we have, 184.10, guys.
Yeah, just Zynga bouncing through that 950 almost immediately, snapping back to the downside. So tried the short in front of it, but it just reversed back into the downside as 950 does not hold. I'm also watching that CETX, and it's getting to the place where I might get back into this name. It is fading rather, slightly heavily off the open. It tried to take off the top. Now it's coming back in, failed break. 220 is a definite sell, but I might take a shot right here at 240 as well.
Guys, big win. Here we go. We punched this one out. Swish, swish. We're long right now. $3 in the money now on Zoom. So we take that one. Here we go, guys. Straight to the upside. Let's see if we can't get some off. We are long Tesla right here. We took some off, but basically for flat, it was a keystroke error. We're going to wait to see if we get up here. I meant to put in 865, put in 863. So we'll wait to see. But we are long right now. Tesla right now, 863.28. It's at 865, 866 and still going. Let's go Tesla for the win right now, guys. Big two trades here. Let's go.
And CETX is the short that we got on. We just put it on at 244. It's looking like it's trying to break 240. This one you've got to give to the previous high, that 260. I'm not giving it to the opening range high. We'll take another shot with the short on that name. CGC, just to let you guys know, big time move up right off the open. Didn't quite get to
big
17
winners here, guys.
where I wanted to fade it, but it does hold 1650. So a little bit of strength showing CGC. Probably going to break long at 17. If it does, that's definitely going to be worth a look, guys.
Guys, here we go. Zoom, yeah, good call there. Look at this Zoom call. Right up, 188.28. Got some out up there. So nice little ripper here for Zoom. This is a $3 winner. Our Tesla's a $3 winner as well. We take Tesla long 863. We just got some out here finally, 866, 867, basically, and we come that one back to the downside. So right now, things coming back in, but we've got the big winners on already. Zoom was a nice one, man, right through 184. So really happy about that. Too bad we didn't get all of them out up here, but right now we're just holding very, very light. Zoom long 184.14. That's $3 in the money, and Tesla right now is only $1 in the money at this long 863.28. Looking to get some out if we do break back down below this VWAP 861 or change on your friend Tesla, guys.
Yeah, for those of you that are watching NERV, it did make a breakout through 450. It just snapped right back down here, so it's a bit of a failed break. Look for this little pullback buy. It was a 435 before that 450. I'm going to look to see if we can't pick some up here in front of that 435. Give it to about 420 or so. That seems reasonable. You look at that pivot level right here in the pre-market. So if you're watching NERV, I'm going to pick some up on this little dip, see if we can't buy the dip here and take advantage of the crazy action that it just put in. See if it retests 480. That would be an obvious target to the upside.
Okay, here we go. Zoom trying to break through 187. We'll take some out here if we can. Oh yeah, and guess what? Bang! Again, we exploded some money. CGC to the downside. We told you guys, breaking through 1650. Let's just keep going. You got downgraded, so let's see what happens now. We are short this name. Big winner on this name, guys, right now. Big win. Nice CGC downside here. Short this one. Zoom short is Zoom long. Here we go. Zoom high of the day. Who cares? I mean, we all want to see Valeria floss, but this is profits we're flossing off right now. So 188 to the upside. Nice $4 win on Zoom. We have a nice Tesla's going to fall back down. We're going to get out here if it breaks through 860. That's going to be our out, but we've already taken profit off. Hopefully this one will be fine. And Zoom, wow, Zoom still going. Nice little trade on this one. And CGC still for the win as well, guys. Keeps going downside. Let's get some more out. Short 1650 here. 3 for 3. Big winners here. Great way to start the Monday, guys.
Here comes space, guys. We talked about version. It's looking like it's going to test that 18 bottom. It doesn't seem like it's wanting to hold up here. We're going to be short if an 18 does break. That's just going to be the way it is. I wanted to be long this name if we could. No breakout through the pre-market high so far on space. I still have that nerve. It's in the money on that little bounce play. Remember, get out in front of that 480 high. Look for pullback opportunities. Brendan, what do you got?
One we were looking at on Friday, guys. Work. Slack Technologies up 3% here. Nice move through 36. We had a huge run up on Friday throughout the session. Continuation move 3.2%. All kinds of volume behind this move for work today, guys.
Okay, that stock's not getting worked, but one stock that is, and it's a beauty, is a banger. Bang this one out, guys. We're reining in the money. Again, we're huge today. 184, look at this long. It's at 190 right now. Zoom is off to the races, guys. Big monster win on this one. We still have a decent spot on. We're going to see if it breaks through 190. These are all-time highs, and your boy has got this one. So alley-oop, not even to the market at all. Alley-oop to some of our viewers talking about Zoom earlier, and thanks, Brendan. We talked about that on our list. It's a big-time winner right now for a Zoom long, Tesla long, and Canopy short. But unfortunately, we didn't get out enough of our Canopy. Let's just wait to see what this one does on the top side. It doesn't really matter because Zoom right now is a monster winner for us, guys.
Watch CGC here bouncing off 1620, trying to take 1650 again. A failure here is going to be a shot to the short side for me. Only position we got right now is that nerve 442. It's in front of that 425 area, but just saw that CGC fade. Took some shares here right at 50 actually, so we got a decent price. Looking to work this one right down to that low of 1625. Remember, we're still looking at 17 as the potential break on that stock, so you'll give this one to VWAP or maybe that pre-market range of 1670. But short here, CGC 50s, long still in nerve at 442, and then hunting over there. We didn't talk about DGLY. We'll get to that one in just a few seconds, but CGC already heading down, so I got to take some off.
Yeah, don't take some off yet. Let's just wait to see what happens here with CGC. It is heading downside where I'm short the same position. For me, I'm going to wait to see. I'd love it. I think if we can get in the 30s again, yeah, I think that's a good spot. But definitely watch out 16. There we go. It just took some out right there. 40. So let's wait to see if it can get even lower. And then maybe 1675 as a topside kill. But right now, bang it out, guys. We're really nicely in the money here on this name. Zoom, a nice $6 winner to start your day. So hopefully you put that one in your pipe and smoke that, because a Zoom straight to the upside touches 191. Let's put another order here, guys. If we could take $6 clean, $7 clean on this name, that'd be great. We're long 184. We got some out 186, then we get some out again, upside 188. Now let's wait to see. We'll take some out if it breaks through 189. But let's see if Zoom can't just keep on flying, guys.
Yeah, and speaking of flying, they are flying, but not the stock yet off of the open. It's going to be version. It's still struggling to bounce off that 18 area. It just tested 1850. I was looking to fade this one through 18, or at least sell it through 18. I might take this one a little bit early, jump into the short in front of 1850, and then add to the position on an 18 break, as opposed to the other way around, just only getting in on the break trade. I was going to take it here in front of 1850, just to get a little bit more aggressive with the short side trade. I'm not going to give it too much range. I did like the breakdown at 18 a little bit better, so we'll give this one to that even $1.50 level, and then see if we can't get a run to the downside. So just jumped into, along with CGC, just jumped into space short here at 18.26.
Okay, yeah, we like all of that. We're watching this one go. and bang it out. There it is, guys. A $7 winner here on Zoom. Damn it, wish we had held everything. What can we do? We are now very, very light. Only 10% of our position left. But there it is. Look at this. We put that order there. 191.42, guys. Follow me on Twitter. We're going to tweet this one out for sure. One in down here, 184 and change. And rewind the tape. We talked about Zoom. I actually, if you remember, Brendan, I jumped the line to talk about Zoom. It was our next stock on the board, but we switch it up and talk about that and then take that. So that's my biggest trade by far, even including last week. That was my biggest trade. So we're going to wait to see on CGC coming down. I do like the short, and I know Neil's short as well. I'm short as well right now. We can put our board up. Why don't we do that? We'll put our position board up quickly for you guys. Only 2 positions right now, and I'm going to talk about them before getting back to the action and see if we can't destroy something else. Zoom, is it up there? It is. Zoom long right now, 184.14. Bang, you saw that one. CGC is a nice little short as well. Right now it's about flat. It's 10 cents in the money. We'll wait to see if that one can't get any better. But right now it's a big day. Needless to say, guys, here on Trader TV Live.
Yeah, I'm going to flush down the toilet that nerve. That one goes kaput, that 442 dip buy, but space is approaching 18 even. Remember the plan here. Short at 26. I want to add if 18 breaks short in this name. So we're not going to take anything off. We're looking to add to our position to the short side if we get an 18 break. Brendan, what do you got?
Another one falling here this morning, guys. Pfizer under pressure, 7.5% to the downside. Big tumble aftermarket on Friday. They released data on a breast cancer treatment they were working on that actually failed in a late stage study. So continuation to the downside here for PFE, guys.
Yeah, I was sort of talking about this one in the chat to people, maybe looking for a place to buy this one. It might be a better play to be patient as a buyer and not a day trader, certainly on Pfizer. It did make a bottom here. Just watch out. Flush to 35.20. Now it's looking like it wants to retest the lows. Obvious sort of immediate resistance to 35.60. I'm going to lock that one away. But I got to get you guys to version here. Space just broke 18. We added to our position. We're now short at 18.10. So first at 26. We add on an 18 break. Let's see how far it might want to retrace this gap that it put in. Of course, it was a Symphony play with the successful launch with SpaceX, so of course they weren't directly involved. Let's see how far it can come back to the downside. Our out is still going to be 18.50. Of course, that's the level we were watching since the pre-market.
Okay, guys, we got back into Tesla right now, so we'll do our stock logos and we'll throw it up here. So we're long right now, 862. What is my exact price? 862.70. So we go in the money instantly, $1. Let's see if we can't keep going. I think Tesla can fly. 866 and change is the top side. Here it goes. Nice little $2 winner to start right there with Tesla. So let's take some of that off here if we can. Yeah, there it goes. Comes right back down. You got to watch out. Sometimes you shouldn't be talking too much as these. There it goes. Nice little $2 winner right there on Tesla. So we'll keep it going. We still got a third. Run, Tesla, run. We're long Tesla right now. 862.70. We're long Zoom, 184. So this is an $8 winner on Zoom, and now a $3 plus change winner on Tesla, Neil. The fun keeps coming today. Let's see if we can't keep this stock going.
And Tesla continues to go up, and it looks like for now, Space continues to go down. It just retook 18 even, getting right back to that 1780 low. I think that's going to be the first leg that I'll take some shares off. If it goes down to about 1785 or so, we'll take some shares and then look to see how far this one might go to the downside. So you are seeing a bit of a different response in the market between Tesla and Virgin here. I'm just taking advantage of it, shorting the name that didn't have the breakthrough. If it wanted to rise with Tesla, fantastic. We were prepared for that, but we're also looking at the sell here, which is already working for us. Brennan, what do you got, bud?
A little esports name going crazy this morning, guys. AESE on the NASDAQ up 102%, just testing $5 here. Look at the volume behind this move. Huge move to the upside. They're in the esports gaming side of things. So a nice move here. AESE held 325 all the way to $5, guys.
I feel like that should have just been an auto buy. Of course, esports are gigantic right now, anyone that's following that. Look at the great pullback at 460. If I'm hunting for a place to retrace this, it's likely to be through this 460 price if it ever breaks, but just watch out, view up 20 or 30 cents lower than that. It's going to be on the radar. Right now, it's going to be Virgin for me to the short side, but we also have CGC. And remember, this was one that we wanted to see what happened if it got to that 17 mark. It's now popped into that range of consolidation right before the open. For me, that's going to be a reload shot. We still like the opportunity to go long on a 17 break, but until the short is gone, or wrong, I think at least I should say, I'm going to be jumping back into this one. So we caught a short. We took some out in the 35 range. I think Sean was looking at getting out in the 30s as well. But I'm going to take some shares in here, 70s, probably pick some up in the 80 to 85 range. 17 was a stop all morning long here for me.
Yeah, I have to tweet this one out, guys. And Neil, did you get any Zoom at all today?
No, I got no Zoom. Was trading Zynga.
Zynga, yeah, the wrong
Which is
Zed.
garbage.
Yeah, exactly the wrong Zed today. We're going to tweet this out, guys. This is a $9 winner, so bang that one out. So here I am just barbecuing. Yesterday was a pretty good day. We had some legs. We talked about that on Friday there. Some nice chicken drumsticks, and then bang, but no blowing up today. As Zoom straight to the upside. We're going to tweet this out, guys. Follow us live. It's been a big show so far. And what I'm going to tweet out is just the chart, right? Learning is what's important for us. Anyways, on the show, we have a lot of different educational segments, but check this out. And what I'm trying to talk about here is just the break of this morning high, 185. We talked about earnings coming through, and there it is. Oh yeah, Tesla, $7 winner right now. So yeah, we're falling down. Money just coming out. We go Tesla long 863. We take it when it busts through it again, and here it comes right to the upside. Now Tesla running. Here we go. Run, baby, run. These are the stocks that we have on right now. Zoom, $8 winner. Tesla, $8 winner right now. And then Canopy, 20-cent loser. Boo-hoo, cry me a river, Canopy, because right now, I don't care anything about you. We are just ripping to the upside here. $7 on Tesla. We're long right here, 862.50. And Zoom, $9 on Zoom. Long down here at 184. Guys, I hope you're having a big day. It's been fun for sure.
Yeah, and COTY just broke that 412 mark. It tried to make a big run. I did mention, look, if it breaks 412 and fails to get past, 4 or 5 cents, 5, 10 cents, whatever it might be, that 20 mark, you're going to see a retrace trade in here for me. It's put in a range 410 short if this one breaks back to the downside, guys. So I'm going to get my stop orders sort of ready to go so I don't miss out on that trade. Quickly, Virgin back to 1807. This is my price, so we're flat. We actually just got some shares, or going to look to get some shares back in on a reload. But CGC in that 65 range, reloading as well. So watch out, Cody. If it breaks this new high, which is actually 416, maybe give it to 420. We can go long, but I like a short through 410. Cody's up 14%. We did talk about the circumstances under which we wanted to short. It's looking like it might come into play here, guys.
Guys, back-to-back $9 winners now. So Zoom still going up, still at the high of the day. This could be easily a $10 winner. Tesla right now is a $10 winner. So Tesla making that move back to the upside here. We have this one on 862 and change. There it is. There's $10. Code word today, multiple dollar winners. So what can we call that? Just cash? How about that? That's your code word today. Cash just coming in right here. This is a $10 winner on. Right now, I have no reason to drop Tesla up 4.5%, 5%. Maybe we get out if it breaks back down below 868 or so. 868 will be out. But this is a $9 winner on Tesla and a $9 winner here on Zoom, Brendan.
Another big mover from last week, guys, Zscaler. We were looking at this one, ZS on the NASDAQ, 2% again today. Took out this 98.50 from aftermarket on Friday and held above that. So we're up above $100, all-time highs now for ZS, guys.
There's the break on the CCL Carnival Cruise Lines at 1650. You can see the strong move it's been putting in here. I actually missed the breakout at the 51 price if you wanted to be taking that one, but we just grabbed it here at 54. There was a pullback. Yeah, it was fantastic. That little pre-market top area. I think that's where I'd like to be adding to the position. Going to quickly throw the position board on so you guys can see what we have right now. Just got the long in CCL. That's at 54. I'll add on this one on a dip, ending in the 35 to 40 range. Also looking short CGC at 65. That's slightly in the money for us, 5 or 6 cents. And then, of course, we still have space. That's Virgin Galactic, which is 1805. We did like this one on an add to our position. I'll sort of show you what's been going on in Virgin Galactic. It is trying to retest up here VWAP. I do think there's an opportunity for it to roll over again. I'm not adding to the position because we already doubled in. 1850 your first level, 1870 your other level for a stop if you are watching space. This one is kind of primed to go. The market slid to the upside there. You see a lot of names running up. Space kind of resisting that move a little bit. Not a very strong bounce to the upside, making me like this structural short just a little bit better than I did a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, 150 shares there for that trade. Okay, Zoom right now, we're going to the upside, still going the upside. We're going to get out if it breaks down below 190.50 here or so. We are finally out of our Tesla trade. We let that go all the way to 872. It falls right back to this level, 868 and change, and we get out. We'll look to re-enter, but so far today, I mean, what a bunch of great trades. This Tesla one, bang that one to the upside, bang this to the upside as well, and now we're out of our Tesla, hands washed, and we'll be done with that one. Monster trade. We talked about where our Zoom out is. CGC, great reload there. I was waiting for this to break. It didn't. Should have gone short. I know, I believe Neil reloaded up here. We're not beside each other, but we'll wait to see on that one.
I got it.
You did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. And CGC now coming to the downside now, so hopefully that one can keep going. But right now, Zoom, just to give you guys an update, 190.50. So 190.50, exactly where we said where we'll get out of Zoom. And I may just take the rest out here at 193 top side because right now we're booming it to the top here. A $9 winner on Zoom. We're going to look for a few more names. My earpiece appears to be working. So with that, I will throw it to Brendan.
We were talking about the airlines off the top this morning, guys. Here's another one, that little Spirit Save in New York, up 7, almost 8% here now, touching $14 up there. Straight line from 13 to 14 for Save. This entire group leading to the upside right now, guys.
Thanks, Brendan. I'm going to actually pick up some shares here, a few more shares in CCL Carnival. Look, you see these little dip buy opportunities, and I thought it would get back down to about 16.35 or so. Now that didn't happen, and I literally just tried to chase it 46 and 48, and you're seeing it run through the high again. So we are long at 54 here. Did try that little dip buy. I'll pick up some more shares on the way back down. But the other way to get in more is to just buy through the top. Right now it's 56. If it makes a fresh high, that's another way for me to add to this position in Carnival. It's looking relatively strong so far. I do think you got to give this one at least down to 25.30 to the long side. But I got to get over to CGC. Sean mentioned the reload. I did reload up here in the 70s. It is making its move back below VWAP. I did just take some shares off in the mid 50s at 55. We'll look to see if it can't retest the bottom. However, you know, it did turn around heavily at 16.35. It bounced off 25, then bounced off 35. You know, we'll take some shares off in front of 35 if it goes down there again. I want to be short if it tries to take out the low of the day, but I also want to make sure I'm taking profit in the off chance that it doesn't, and then I'm shorting pop. So that's working for us. The other short that we mentioned, of course, was Virgin Galactic. The fact that it had some trouble with Tesla running and the market bounced into the upside, it had some trouble getting through this 1830 area. Good sign for us, but I will take more shares off in the 80s. We are short here at 1805. If we can get some out at 1785, again, we'll look to see if we can't take out the low and get a bigger gap fill on space. Brendan, what do you got?
Big move up for Gap. We were talking about strength in the retailers a little bit in the pre-market. GPS earnings this week as well on this name. They increased their current quarter forecast. So a nice look here, 910 up to $9.95, coming up to $10 for GPS once again. Guys, we're getting so close to that 30,000 subscriber level. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Valeria is getting ready for her floss, which is coming up hopefully hopefully today or possibly tomorrow, guys.
Okay, I didn't know if we were ready for Valeria there, but we are not. I see that Gap move, and I say short on Gap. I don't like that name. We're going to see they're going to come out for earnings here. I do like Macy's, though, if it does break the top. We've seen them go crazy the last little while, Macy's. I am actually going to go over there and probably short this top here on Gap. I don't know about their earnings coming out this week, but we're going to wait to see $19.95, a nice little $10 spot there. Miss V, what up?
Hey Sean, hey dear traders, and welcome everyone who joined us for the first time. Guys, subscribe to this channel and catch us live every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Also, we just 1,000 away to see my floss move. So guys, subscribe now. There is a chance we're gonna see this today. I'm very excited, as you do also. And the next more we reach subscribers, we will do some fun or dances for you. So guys, don't stop subscribing. Ask your friends, family, pets to subscribe, and let's floss together. And guys, hit the thumbs up, please. We need your support a lot. We are trying for you, and it takes just 1 second to hit the thumbs up, and you makes your favorite traders and me very, very happy. Every morning we're sending a watch list with all the movers for the day. So guys, I'm sending the link on the chat. Hit it, put your name and email address, and you will receive it every morning. I personally suggest you to use Gmail account because we don't have no problem with that. that. The only thing, don't use Yahoo account. You can use all the other emails, but if you still don't receive, please contact your email provider. Well, guys, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and let's floss. Back to traders.
If anybody has a pet that flosses, I give up, man. Like, I don't know, like that's like the apocalypse or something like that. But either way, I'll floss here with my nice little anime, because I can't do it. I gotta be honest with you guys. But we can fortunately short CGC effectively. That bounce back at 1870 was fantastic. Like I said, some out at 55, some out down here at 45. We'll take some more out in front of low of the day. I still want to be short if it breaks the bottom. So we're going to hang on to a short position overall in both space and CGC, and we're going to get to you in just a quick second, Brendan, but Virgin Galactic is continuing to move to the downside, guys. We took some out in front of the low. We're short here. Our second entry was at 95. Our first entry at 1826. It's now breaking those lows. 1750 is our first target. We'll take some out. After that, we're just going to hang on for dear life as the sympathy play seems to be over. Brendan, what do you got?
Yet another one reporting earnings this week. Canada Goose, guys. Nice day for Goose here in New York. Traded here in Toronto, obviously. 3.2% to the upside. Broke $20 there on a huge volume spike. So a nice look here for Goose as well, guys.
Yeah, we got out of some of our CGC there, and we're looking at Tesla now. I see you, Tesla. We seem to be dropping a little bit too early. This was a great out right here before dropping back in. We get the long again. Take some out for $2. The rest out for $7. Now we're going to wait to see if it can take out the top again here. Seeing some notes that SpaceX may also go public at some point, so that's going to be a big story for sure. So taking out 872.50 or so on Tesla. That's the one that keeps going here. Just to give you guys a little update, we'll go with position board on once again, just to show you guys what we have. It is just the two positions. They've been monsters today. Zoom long 184.14. That's $9 in the money still. We're waiting for a topside action on that one. And then CGC is now 12 cents in the money. We haven't reloaded that one. We just kept the same position. The reload was fantastic on that. Neil's talked about that a little bit, obviously. Macy's, I did want to talk about that one. I should have shorted the top here instead of waiting for it. I don't like the retail space. They've been on such a big run lately. You saw what Target's doing. Don't know if that's riot related or not. We have talked about that on the show, of course, today and all week. I assume that'll be a story, unfortunately. 16, here's our CGC stock to the low side. I just want to check on ACB before we throw back. 1372. Are these stuck ARCAs? No, everything's fine. Quotes look fine. Aurora down here a little bit. 1335 is the bottom of the day. We've got to get rid of some of this. And then I'd like a long, though, 1386, if we can get that. Wow, there it goes. Guys, Zoom right now, all-time highs again. Just breaks through the top. 194. My stop was put all the way down here, 191. So I think I'm going to zoom that up here and go at 193 maybe as a stop. We'll capture some of this profit. How much more does Zoom have in it, guys? It's already a $10 winner. So unfortunately, when you get $10 winners, you guys have to suffer through seeing some of this one. Pfizer down 7% on a breast cancer issue there for their drug. So we'll look at Pfizer when we get back, guys.
Yeah, I've been watching Pfizer. It bounced a couple of times here. The first time it tested the low, I said I'll back off and allow it to test again. It did just bounce off that same bottom. Still looking for a breakout through this 35, 65 area here. It's about to do it right now. So we're looking for an opportunity to buy Pfizer. If it gets through 65, I think that's going to be the first crack. See if it can't get up to 35, 85. If it gets through that price as well, 36 should be in store. A fail here, and we're probably retesting the low. So we kind of waited patiently for Pfizer, but 65 is the first buy. CCL bounces again, and I bit barely any shares on a reload, so still at 51. That just took off the top again. If it makes a new high of the day, I'll add to it that way. But Brendan, I believe has something for us. What do you got?
Some of the gun makers moving around so far today, guys. This is Vista Outdoors. They make outdoor equipment, including some weapons, VSTO. 13% to the upside. Fading hard, though. Just broke back below this pre-market level at $11. So if we can continue, maybe break the bottom, 10.50. Long way down here to 9.50. Where we were on Friday, guys.
Okay, guys, and bang it out again, Tesla. Big win again. We'll just keep it going here. We'll put very, very bullish on Tesla today, guys. We just went long. I gave you this trade again, live, right in front of your face. 872, we went long. 872, what's my exact price? 872.70 on this top of the day break. So we slip about 25 cents, but look where we get out. A $2.25 winner. We still have on half. Let's see if it breaks through 875. This is a monster win, man. Our position's on right now. a $9.73 winner right now, still on for Zoom. Bang that one out. Tesla, $1.50 winner, but we'll see what it wants to do. Does it want to take out $8.75? We're long again. Look at these Tesla longs. One here, bang that, $4. Bang this, $7. Then we hit this again, $2 quickly. Now let's wait to see where it pulls back. I'm thinking I can give this one maybe to $8.70 or so. I don't want to be too frugal with this, but again, we're capturing profits and making sure that our day is huge. And there goes Zoom again. We'll hit the cheers, guys. I hope you guys are liking the show. Not too often. I've taken $15 out of Tesla. This is a $10 winner right here on Zoom. And CGC, my only other position, that's 15 cents in the money at day's low right now. So we are 3 for 3. 3 symbols, 3 monster wins, guys, today. It's almost coffee time. Good. Valerie went to get one. I need one. So let's just keep this party going.
Yeah.
Bye-bye,
Speaking
CGC.
of party, we'll go with disco ball action. We talked about CGC. We took some off in front of that low of the day. Now we've broken the low of the day. So 1670 reload. It's now down at 1620. So big win on that name. I mentioned CCL. Someone asked on the chat there, where's the sell point? I have not been selling anything in CGC. I said if it broke the high of the day, I would take more shares. So I'm still long at 1653 on this name, giving it to 30. We're looking for a breakout here, potentially on CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines. And of course, we still have that Virgin Galactic short, which is heading back into our trigger price to get more shares on a reload. 1825 I'd love to get, but the teens we might have to settle for.
Guys, $3 now as Tesla goes all the way up to the upside. $8.77 it touches. We're long $8.72.80, so that was a $5 winner we just stared in the face. Let's wait to see if it wants to keep on going upside here, guys. $8.70. Thank you for all the love here on Twitter. It's been a great day. 28 cents now in the money, and bang it out there again. I don't even know. I mean, I should really be stopped trading right here just because it's been so successful. We take that out, 618. Wow, yeah, we're huge right now, guys. Today, Tesla ripping upside. We'll put an order maybe 878, see if we can't get into that one. The future's nicely helping out today. Zoom, $10 winner. Tesla, $3 winner. CGC, 25-cent winner. Those are the only 3 positions we have. But guys, all of these ideas brought to you live here by yours truly. We brought this to you guys, 9 o'clock. We have the trades on. Welcome to the jungle. If it's your first time, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm going to be back every single day. So it should be a fun one. I'm going to be hitting some huge winners, hopefully. June starting off real nice, to say the least, guys.
I do believe it's already 10 o'clock. Wow, that does mean I think we're not quite ready just yet, but we're going to go to Brendan in just a quick little second. I'm going to throw the position board on so you guys can see what we have here. We do have CCL. That's now bouncing back to 25, so that's an interesting bounce point. It has to hold 1625 to continue this long. Also looking at the short that we have in CGC, that's deep in the money here, 1670. Looks like it's approaching 16 even on a break. We've got the long in Cody that just broke 420, so I do have to jump over to that 422 we just got, but we are now ready for happening. It looks like Cody's a big time win through 420, but let's go to Brendan at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock already, half an hour gone. Couple of economic numbers just out. ISM Manufacturing Index in the U.S., 43.1 versus 44 expected. Construction spending for last month in the U.S., a little bit to the downside as well. So watch the futures. They are moving to the upside. Here we go. North American markets, guys, pretty muted. Mostly positive. These were negative, but just going positive maybe on that number. A little bit better than expected, possibly. The S&P still negative, but just the Dow dead flat. We have the NASDAQ leading ever so slightly positive territory for tech stocks today. This is why you got to watch, guys, because individual names, all kinds of opportunities this morning when the overall market is dead flat right now. So tune in, 9 o'clock every single morning. Sign up for the watch list, guys, and hit subscribe. We'll show you where the money is at every single day. NASDAQ, we mentioned, higher. The Russell higher as well. Look at small caps, 0.6%. TSX here in Toronto, slightly higher. Down in Brazil, the BOVESPA also in positive territory. Overall, nice look. Some of the cannabis names moving around in Toronto today. This is Hexo, little teeny tiny one. Tons of volume though. Just broke back down through $1 there at the open on a huge volume spike. They got a new grow license in Belleville, Ontario, if you know where that one is, for Hexo. Air Canada moving higher. They said over the weekend, yeah, they're probably going to need some government assistance, but nice pop here through 16 up to 1650 for Air Canada. one more, and then we'll get you back to the guys. We're talking about Canopy, obviously. This is Weed, the Toronto listing, down 9%, just making day lows here, guys, for CGC. We'll send it back over to you guys.
Day lows, guys. Look at these trades. Tesla right now. I mean, no surprise. And the only thing I'm upset about, and I thank Neil for bringing this up, but Cody was a huge trade I talked about through 420. I missed that. I didn't even put that order in. Look at Tesla, guys. A big move here. 872 all the way up here to 880. This is a $7 winner we have on board. Let's see if it breaks through 880 here. I'm going to get out if it does come back down through 877. That might happen sooner rather than later. But look, this is my big one of the day. I don't need to tell you guys this. This is Zoom. We talked about why we like it, and there comes Tesla out. So bang that one out again. I don't even know what to do. We'll hit a smile. Another $5 taken out of Tesla. So this is our first long, 863. That gets out at a top side of 867. Our next long, 862. Same rinse and repeat again. That gets out almost the same way again. 868. Then we go long, 872. That one gets out at 877. So that 3 trades in a row all go in the money, $6, $7, $8. Zoom, we're waiting for that one, 1160. Took out too many down here, obviously, but that was really first off. Our biggest takeout was about $4 or $5. We now hold 10% for a ho-hum, Neil. Just a $12 winner. And our CGC, the name that we really liked, that one is now a 50-cent winner. So a couple big names over here on this side, Neil.
Yeah, we just broke 16 even on CGC, so we'll go catapult. I don't know, we've used a bunch of them today, but that's now 75 pennies in the money on CGC and continuing to flush to the downside. Cody, we did mention this one. I loved it if it failed through 412. It did not. It did not break back down, so the breakout trade is what triggered. I'd have gone either direction. I didn't care, but it is the long trade. It just got to 432. I have taken out a third of the position here, up at the top, 32s and 29s. We got 22 long on Cody. If it takes out the high again, we'll be looking to maybe take that breakout trade, call it 435 as well. But the big one right now is going to be that CGC. 1590 and still falling off of all of those downgrades. We're still hanging on to 1670 short. If we can get a dollar win on CGC, we'll be very, very pleased with that little return. I'm just looking at the next level of support. 15, I have nothing until 1550. So, I mean, it would be possible to get about $1.20 on this trade if we get down to that price. That's a target I'm looking for on CGC with that nice little short. And one more for you here, guys. CCL. Got to get back to this one. It just tried to bounce again off the up. You've seen this range it put back in. I've been longing it to the entirety of this range. If it breaks below 1630, 1625 is where my stop is, then we're going to be out. Otherwise, it's a structural long here, looking to see if it can't take the top off and be a big time runner. Carnival is kind of poised to go. If it holds VWAP here, it could be a nice little bounce play for me. A lot of times they might see me short this, but not today in Carnival. Looks like an awesome long. I'm 1651, risking about 25 cents here, plus a little bit of slippage. See if you can't make a run to $17. That's my target.
Let's see about Zoom here, guys. Yeah, we're in chill mode. Oh, see if you guys can see. Oh, you see these money socks? Sometimes if you wear good, I might be wearing these the rest of the week. If you're watching, wife, get a new pair for me because today we are been very, very bullish. So the bulls are in, guys. Get that out of here as we keep going. Wow, okay, here goes Zoom. Even more to the upside. This is a $13 winner right now. Where the hell do we even think about getting out of this one? I don't know. I keep trailing it all the way up. We'll have a video soon on trailing stock loss. Come on, should have trailed this one a little bit better, but here goes Tesla straight to the upside. Look, if you're trading with me today, then you don't have any problems because it seems like we're really on fire here and just keep going up, up, and away. Our account is definitely blowing up to the upside. No losing trades today. We have Zoom still long, and we have CGC still short. Look at this out down here at CGC. 1593, hello. Good little out there, guys. Welcome to the barn. Let's just say we're in a trading floor right now. It's a wild one. Not on the floor because there's nobody here. Hopefully soon, I don't know if you guys can show the floor. It doesn't matter. There's floor all down beside us. What's up to our traders at home? Thank you to Kevin. Unfortunately, I haven't been much on the chat here today. Just busy destroying this market. And as we continue to go upside, it just goes to show, guys, we're having a monster day. My biggest one of the month. It's June 1st. But the thing is, The market's not doing anything, and we've just annihilated a bunch of different stocks here. So it just goes to show, sign up for our watch list. You'll be able to see some of these names as we talk about them early. You never want to wake up and not know what to trade. That's why you need us here at Trader TV Live. Let's keep the party going. I tweeted out Zoom. Follow me on Twitter. I'm also going to, here's my Twitter handle right here, hopefully. You can see this. We'll go to home here. This is what I'm talking about. Tweeted out a few nice things here last couple of days. Here it is. Oh, we had some nice Moet there and Chandon for my wife's birthday. That was a nice one. After she sees today, we maybe should have bought some more expensive stuff. Oh, I saw what you said there, Eric, about Bollinger. Good name. I know Neil likes that as well. What up, Brandon?
One more to add to the list here. CrowdStrike, guys, 7.6% to the upside. Another big mover from Friday with continuation here today, holding 91 off the open there as support. A number of upgrades and price target increases for CrowdStrike. Great point made by Sean there, guys. The market absolutely flat, not doing anything at all, but all kinds of opportunities on individual names. If you haven't yet, please hit subscribe. We're only 700 away from 3,000 or 30,000, I should say. So great number for us. We really want to get there. Help us out. And yeah, you'll see not Neil, but Valeria is going to floss in real life if we get to 30,000, guys. So hit subscribe.
Get us to that 30,000 mark. I know you all want to see it. Everybody wants to see Valeria do the floss. Well, actually, we could floss off Cody here. It's up 21% now. 420 breakout, 422 is the price we got. I did just take some shares out at 36. It just stalled out at 42. Let's see if it can't get to 450. I think it's a natural first target level to take all of our shares off and look for a secondary breakout on a pullback. I am looking to see if we can reload in front of that 420 mark. I think that you need to give to at least 410, but we'll be very, very patient on any kind of a pullback trade. Ignore this wick. It just pulled back to about 25. I did not see it go down to 420 there. If it did, I probably would have got some more shares. It did not get to that price, guys. One more for you. We've been in this Carnival cruise trade this entire time. I have not taken anything off just yet. It keeps bouncing, and I'll add to my position every time it bounces. It has not broken out through high of the day. We're long at 16.51. It's now back in the money, 10 cents for us. I wanted to take out that high. First leg, we'll get out in front of maybe like 75 or so. The next leg, we're looking to see if it can't get up to 17 even. So we've been basically long this the entire morning, and we've been short CGC ever since that pullback and still hanging on here. It did bounce off this 1580. 88 or so. If it does bounce one more time off this same low, we'll look to take some off, re-enter the trade where we see fit. But it's been a great short on CGC. I want to hang on. If it gets to 1550, fantastic. It gave a couple of pullbacks there. At this point, you're looking to see if it takes that low, and that way, I think we're really going to get that $1.25 win that we're looking for.
Yeah, I would love that. I'm looking at CGC as well. One of the number one stocks here on my board, and you can see we write down a couple of different notes. It doesn't matter that you can't see them. Zoom them in. 1650 CCL is on there. Zoom is on there. Space is on there. Macy's is on there. Gilead is on there. That's a name that we didn't look at. Here goes CGC. My best out down here is 92. We still have the shares on, so let's wait to see if this one can crack through. 95 are looking like it wants to break. Zoom, though, guys, just to give you an update, we're back at all-time highs. So to talk about an idea that worked, and again, if you look at, you're not going to be able to see this, but that's ZM there, 185. We're able to get 185-ish. You can sort of see it there, ZM. Anyways, 185, 197 now, all-time highs. Guys, $14 winner right now on Zoom. Oh, yeah. And a 55-cent winner right now as Canopy keeps going to the downside. And let's check out Tesla. We've been long it all morning. And yeah, good little out there. Our last one, 877, 878. I'm going to be back, try to find some more winners. Maybe let's look at Mr. Softy, which is generally my favorite. But for the month of June, my favorite is, guess what, guys? Zoom. What up, Brand?
Hey guys, yeah, about that time. Upgrades and downgrades. Let's have a look at a few interesting names here today. We mentioned this one already. Gap moving higher ahead of earnings. Upgraded ahead of earnings. Don't see that too many times. Ulta Beauty down here. Obviously COTY in the news today, but Ulta Beauty also catching a little bit of a bid there with an upgrade. There's CGC, Canopy down as we've been mentioning. And Oxy, very strong with oil, but a couple of downgrades in the energy sector so far today. CrowdStrike, we we were talking about moving higher today on that news. Just broke 95. Bit of a rejection there, back to the downside. And one more CGC here, obviously, to the downside after a couple of downgrades, rather, in price target cuts, moving sharply lower here. We're down to 1580, guys, bouncing off 1580. Nice look on the short side for CGC. Back over to you.
We have Macy's also there. I hope Neil got a new earpiece. Hopefully that'll work out. 651 to the top side. I talked about going long through 646 here. That was the high of the day. So right now it's a nice little 6-penny winner. No, sorry, we're long 48. We meant 46s, but we got bumped up here. Bad little fill there, but whatever. We got some out at 50. Now let's see what we can do. 53, 54. The party just keeps on going. We're short CGC. We talked about that. Now we're long Macy's. Get going here. Just adding to the top here today. It's been great. And then Zoom 197. Wowzers. We'll have to revamp this out. I just keep following it up here on a 1 minute simple weighted moving average. This, of course, right here is VWAP. We're going to give this a little bit. We should be out of our Zoom soon, but let's work on Macy's right now as that's been a new position. Long right now 648. Let's get some out, guys.
Yeah, and we put the arrows up there for CCL. That just got through 70 very briefly. We did take some off. We said we'd take a little bit first leg off in front of 75. So we'll take a 20-cent win on the first 20% of the position. Again, like I said, we're basically buying in this entire range, buying dips. We bought breakouts as well, just to get ourselves a 1650 price in front of that VWAP or 1630 to 25 area, whatever you like. If we continue the trend, fantastic. That's the long we got on. I'll put the position board on so you can see the other 3 positions that we are working with right now short in CGC. That's still about 80 cents in the money here, looking for about 30 or 40 more pennies here if we can get another flush to the downside. We reloaded in space, so that's at 18 short. That's basically flat. It's now down here at 07. It says 21 short. That was one of our price entries. Overall, our price right now is 18 even. Cody, we're still long at 422. That's trying to take out 440. Running into a bit of resistance at that price, but it's been a fantastic runner for us on that break. Look, like I said, 450 is a natural next target area. I will have most of my position out if it gets to that price for a nice 25-cent win, but I'm looking to hold through for a further breakout. There's not a heck of a lot when you go to the higher time frame here in terms of resistance. I think that next level is about 480 if you look at the daily chart. So if it breaks 450, you'll see if we can't get an even bigger trade on Cody. And of course, Virgin Galactic is the short trade. With the market screaming to the upside, you know, it's really been coming back in and resisting some of these moves here. But if you look, and if it breaks 1830 or so, you really can't hang on to this trade. I'm going to get out. This is why we try to take profit at the bottom here. I did get some out at 1780. I tried to get some out here at 1760. It ran away from my order, so I can probably go ahead and cancel that one. If we roll over again, fantastic. VWAP holds great. I'm not adding to the position here. Breaks 1830, I'm out. Otherwise, we're holding for low of the day, which currently sits at 1760 on space.
Yeah, what up, Brendan?
Nice little breakout underway here, guys, for GAN. 15% move here to the upside. Just broke 2450, ran straight to 2550. They provide software service to the online casino gaming site. So big breakout here for GAN, guys.
Yeah, just printing out this Tesla chart here, just so you guys can see it as well. We talked about where we got in and where we got out on this name, so it's been a great one here today. At tradertv.live, I'll copy that as well, so you can follow us on Twitter, and we'll keep going all day, every day for you guys here. Right now, Macy's, though, that one slightly out. We're out of a third up here, 52, 53. We did get some out. Again, when you're using bigger shares, sometimes 4, 5, 6 cents makes a difference, so we'll see if we can get out of that one. If not, we're going to give it back down here to 638, some space, but doesn't look like it wants to go. So we'll wait on that one. We still have CGC kind of just hovering around, waiting to see if we break through here. 1588 on a bunch of different downgrades. We'll get out of this one sooner rather than later, but missed opportunities for me again. I could keep showing that sheet, but CCL, I loved it at 1650. Unfortunately, the market just opened up too low that I completely forgot about it. So now let's see if CCL wants to take out 1666 here. We'll go to the long side on that one, but it's bombs away today, guys. $14 winner on Zoom, as it still is busting through the high of the day. I'm going to revamp this and probably get out if it does break down below 196. So that's going to be my out, 196. We'll make sure we put in our pocket $12 on this win. That's Zoom, guys.
And just watching one name that we kind of haven't traded, but we've mentioning for at least the last 3 or 4 sessions. And that's going to be, well, at least 3 on Hertz, and it's getting back to that $1 area. It did try to bounce. We said there could be the opportunity that it did do that. It's been holding very tightly, but if this gets taken out, I've basically been waiting to go short this for like 3 days in a row. Could be coming in any second now, but you never really know. It's a 5-cent range on the day. We think it can start to move if it breaks, but if it doesn't, you don't want to get tied up in that name when it's not going anywhere. I want to get you guys over to a familiar name. NVAX here made a bit of a move to the upside. Just watching this one right now. Look, go to the 5-minute, go to the 3-minute here. You can see big breakout just a few moments ago through 47.50. If you go back to the last time it got to this area, very, very key level at 51. So watch out, 50.80 to 51 on NVAX. If that pulls back, we're shorting the heck out of the NVAX. Just want to make sure that we're not running into some news here about a parabolic move just a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, Brendan will come with any of that news if there is anything. We just got out here of CGC. We're now holding very, very small. Looked like it was going to break, so we got some out 16.05. We'll re-engage this short down here, 15.80 if that does come. Macy's still having some problems. We'll put some orders back up here, 6.55 or so. But last week, and I want to give a shout out, I think it was Joseph Mendoza, or it could have been you, Jarhead, who's going to be on the show soon. Last week, we got out of our Macy's for like a 20-cent winner, and then it went like 80 more cents or something. I forget what day that was, but if you guys look back here, Macy's has an opportunity and has it ability to go. Like here's 16.30 all the way to 16.50. That's in about 20 minutes. Macy's here again on some of these moves down 16.75 to 16.30. So let's wait to see here if we now have it at this key price, I think anyways, 650. Let's see what Macy's wants to do. But yeah, that one's still moving up for us. CGC still moving around. That's the only positions we have. And Zoom. I'm going to try to find some love with Apple and maybe take CCL if it does break back above 1666, guys. That's coming up right now.
Yeah, and that NVAX looking like it's trying to pull back already, but it didn't get to that 50.80, 51 mark. 50.55 is going to be that high right now. I did want to see if it could go a little bit higher before rolling over, but if it makes another run to the top, this top 50.50, and it can't bust through, I'm going to be hunting the short through 50 even on the way back in. So let's look very closely here. If NVAX can't take out this fresh high and then rolls back over, I'm going to be shorting at 50.50. We got the locate, so no problems there. We're going to be short that name through a 50 even break, just as long as we get any kind of a retest of the top. Check that CCL Carnival Cruise Lines. It's trying to pull back here. So again, it's not really getting very far every time it does this. At this point, I'm still going to keep my stop down around VWAP here at 16.30. If it does want to make a break through 16.50 and someone's long, it's not the worst place to take it off. But I still want to give this one a little bit more room than that, see if it can't continue the play. We did take some profit off at 70, so that makes it a little bit easier to continue with this play a little more aggressively than normal. So 16.30 remains a stop. I know it's making a hard top here. It wicked through at 70 and then came right back in. If you want to take off 16.50, reasonable. I won't be doing that, however.
Okay, just want to give you guys a quick update here. Macy's, we're going to put an order here at 16.54. Not sure if that's going to come through. Also, CGC loving this break of the bottom. Let's see if we can't get more shares. Watch out, though. It's going to be SSR. If it's not already SSR because of the move that happened there on Friday. So this should already be SSR, means short sale restricted. Isn't that correct, Brendan?
Absolutely, guys, just setting up for small cap here, but wanted to mention that NVAX, guys, they did make an acquisition of another vaccine-related company, smaller private company for $150 million, I believe it was, to further develop their COVID-19 vaccine. DVAX also in that space. DVAX, another one moving higher, guys.
Okay, definitely going to add that other one to the list. NVAX is trying to test that top again. We did just mention this. If it does break out, I'm looking at 50.80 to 51 even. Now that's the first level it's got to get through, so failure there. And again, like I said, we're going to be trying to short this one probably on a 50 break back to the downside. It tried to get there now. 50.45 looks like where it stalled out, so conditions are met for our first attempt here at a short if it breaks 50 even. So I'm going to be going short the first time. Like I said, there are some levels to the upside a little bit higher if you want to wait for those. I'm not going to wait just yet. I am still in that Cody position. If you're running this one with me, that 14.20 break, and you're looking at some dip buy opportunities, yeah, I like 4.20. I mentioned that. But 4.30 looks like it just bounced once again. I'll take some off in front of 450. If 450 goes, our target is 480 for the last of these shares to the long side. Virgin Galactic's really started to slow down and get really boring here. We did think there'd be more activity in this name. It is holding VWAP for now. What you can go ahead and do, which I'm going to, is 1830 is my out and has been for this entire time. I think you can add to a position if it wants to break 18 even. You could get a better move to the downside. So I'm only adding if it breaks 18. 1830 will remain my stop on Virgin Galactic. We've been short basically the entire morning, looking to see if it can get back to that 1760 low and then make a further retracement of this gap, which right now stands at $1 from Friday's close.
Yeah, we just keep stocking up the money here, guys, and it's been a fantastic day, needless to say. We're also going to try to go short Microsoft right now. So Macy's back to the top side, waiting here, see if we can get some out. I just talked to you there, Jay Wesley, I believe it was, on the chat. And we did talk about this possibly going to 660. I do love that play. We did get it. I mean, this is where we wanted it. It's 645 or so as written down. I actually wrote down 625, but we've missed that. So we'll wait to see here. We are waiting on the upside here, 54s. See if we can't get some out right now of our 48 long. Here we go. Fill me up at 54, baby, if we can. We'll take that one to the long side. I just put it in order to get long something. I don't remember what it was anymore. Oh, Microsoft, that's what it was. To get short Microsoft. So if that does break right where we're at right now, around 182 and change, we'll go short Microsoft as it's pretty weak today. Some of these tech names lagging as the market's up. So let's go short Microsoft just in case this market does fall down. We need to have something on the short. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is now a $15 winner. Zoom testing 200. We will once again re-go with better stops here. 197 or so. We'll try to stop this out. Guys, we're only long here at 184, so 197 down here will be a nice little stop if we can get that. There goes Microsoft. So now we are short 182.13. Let's see if we can get some out here on a break of 182 down here 181.90 or so. We'll see if we can't let this destruction of a day continue, guys. Brendan now at the big screen with something a lot of you like. Oh, by the way, we got our Macy's out as well. So that is once again, guys, a big winner. And we smile for those ones as Macy's continues to go up, Microsoft continues to go down, and Brennan continues to deliver the goods at the big board.
Hey guys, yeah, we'll touch on small cap world once again. So many opportunities right across the entire market this morning, even with, as we said, a relatively flat market right now. ADAP we were talking about just before the open at 9:25 this morning. Still negative here, down about 6%. I mentioned this 1050 level was a big pivot back on Friday. Gave you a great opportunity to fade, quick move up right at the open, then right back down to 10. So a nice, quick little easy 50-cent scalp there if you caught that off of the open. CGC, we've talked about it all morning. I mentioned the 17 and then 1725 up here. Never even gave you a shot. You had to take the break on the breakdown. Gave you an opportunity to add there. What a flush then, down to 1580 for CGC. Great trade. If you like the faders, here's another one. DGLY 250 we mentioned as a decent level. Gave you an opportunity down to about 210 was the low there. But we are breaking higher, holding 250 now as support. So watch out for 3 to be tested here on DGLY. That was the same as that CETX. They're both kind of in the same area, both now moving to the upside. Guys, back over to you.
Brennan, we just got into NVAX there. We talked about it rolling over here through 50. Got 49.90 as a price here. We'll give that one to high of day. If it breaks that, we're out. We're looking at 50.80 to 51 after that. But we're going to take our first crack at it here to the short side. The market is moving up, so you want to watch out for some of your longs. Where can you hang on? I just have CCL to the long side in addition to that Cody play, and you are seeing it again basically try to pull back and not get very far. So it's a bit of a bullish line in front of 1650 here. Like I kept saying, if you wanted to move some of your stop or all of it to 1650, it's not unreasonable, especially if you got some dip buys, and that would be in the money for you. I'm going to hang on to our long position. Our other position was space. And I did mention we'd add if it got below $18. We just added one time. Stop remains at $18.30. Average price on this trade is $17.99, so basically 18 flat right here, right now. Looking to see if we can take some profit out on the way to the low, and then after that break, we're going to hang on to half of our position, see how far it can possibly go for us there. We still have CGC. is starting to get to that point where there's a little bit of support coming in here at that 16 even. 1, 2, 3 times it's been bouncing off of that 1589, 1590 price. I think at this point, we're going to have to think about taking these shares off. You can always get back in on a pullback to VWAP, call it 25 to 30, or a break of 1588. That can give you another entry here. We're still short at 1670. We're going to likely take this one off here and just take the profit. It'll be a 70-cent win. Nothing wrong with that. We're looking for a re-entry on CGC on a 1588 break, or a pop back into about 1625. So let's look out for both those things to get back into what has been our best short of the morning here on CGC.
Yeah, and CGC has been a fantastic short. We're out of CGC right now, 1603. We take a 50-cent hit and cashed it out. Right now, guys, this is what we sort of feel like on the show right now. I know it doesn't look like me at all, but this is what we feel like just catching this money as Microsoft. We just took that short. We talked about that. Look at Macy's ripping up. Follow me, guys, at Trader TV Sean. We'll just keep posting for you, and it just gives you a chance to look back at some of the charts that we've had. Look at this Macy's chart, another great one, 645 long, and now we're up here. We talked about, I gave this one, we talked about an exact entry here, and then I just talked about it maybe 5 minutes ago on the chat. Join us on the chat if you're not there as well. I said 660. We did have a chance at that, so we'll take that. And again, if you're playing with decent shares, you may want to take this out now. This is a 12-cent winner on Macy's. That's what I'm doing. I've taken some out here at 57. Maybe take some more out here as it looks like it's failing, but I still like 660 to the top side. I've changed up my zoom. We're $14 in the money. I'm going to get out if it breaks 197. It came super close to that. I'd love for this one to have a 200 handle on it. Check out the daily chart here on Zoom, guys. Yeah, follow me on Twitter. Seeing some direct messages flying in as well on that. Okay, we also, Neil, I know you were short NVAX there, I guess, but what is this doing now? 51.
It just took the first level to the top. 51 on the daily chart was the big level. I was looking at 80 to 81, 80 to evens on NVAX is the level I was watching. So I didn't want the long reverse on that break 50-50 only because of what we looked at here going back in the week. You can see this level here, 50, 75, we'll call it whatever you want, but at 51 even is the breakout that I like for the long trade. Until it breaks that, it's still going to be hunting for shorts on NVAX. The first one didn't work. I'm still not done with it until 51 goes. Yeah,
I'm in this now, but we'll wait to see if it does want to go to the top side as well. We're long NVAX right now, 50.66 on a little bit of a break. It does go, this is why I asked Neil, it does go in the money for me there, 40 cents, but obviously on this name here up 10% today. Let's see if it still wants to go 50-50. Oh, let's put on our position boards, guys. Why not? We just got out of CGC for that monster winner, but here we go. Did I hit start? I think I did. I'm going to hit it again for you guys if we can. No fruit salad today. I got to go get some. I don't know where, but we'll thank our... What up, Gia, if you're on board there. Oh, Daddy had a great weekend with you. Lucky Frog is in the building. Macy's right now, guys, 7-cent winner. Microsoft, we're flat on that one. Could have taken 50 cents. We will next time. And NVAX, flat right now, but that's a good breakout play. We'll wait to see that. Oh yeah, in Zoom right now, $14 in the money. So thank you for Lucky Frog. We'll get back at that and turn this off, but it's been a big day for us. We'll continue to go. Hopefully June can continue this way. Here goes NVAX, guys. We're long $50.66. Let's just see how much upside this does have. We're not going to give it too far. Right about breaking of this garbage. We'll see what does happen. And Microsoft, here's what we're talking about. Goes all the way down here on our short. So we were 40 cents in the money, but I'm giving this one all the way to up here, 182.50 or change. So it's been a big day. Let's not try to give some of this back. Jarhead, Neil, Jarhead. Yes. I see him talking on the chat. He's going to be here with us. We don't need to give away his full name, not yet, but Jarhead will be on with us live at 11:05. Like, subscribe, guys. We're very, very close. It's been a big show today. Only 53 trades for me, but that's because they've all been 3-point shots, and we're just getting jacked up here as we continue to go. Tesla 877. We'll check back.
I see Ross Espinosa. They're mentioning Hertz. Look, it's one of those things where you can be on a trade day after day after day, and then you got the order in there. It breaks. It gives the gigantic win, and I'm sitting there with an order that didn't fill. Hopefully, somebody got that one break short. We've basically been preaching it day after day. It's been almost a week that we mentioned this short. And then it broke there. I did not get the execution. It looks like I just wasn't aggressive enough with my order. But an instant 17% win in literally 5 minutes. I'm looking at the pullback here. It's trying to get back to this retracement area of 95. That's going to be my first shot to the short side. Obviously, I'm not going to be happy about this outcome because this is one that we were waiting for rather heavily, but I am looking to get now involved in this little pullback short opportunity that I am seeing in Hertz. So we'll see what happens here if we can pick up some shares on the way back up. One even becomes an obvious resistance point. 95 is also looking like it could be one as well. I'm going to see if we can't jump and build a position in this little range here, somewhere in the 95 range. It is what it is, guys. Sometimes it's going to happen to you. You can call it all you want, but you got to get the execution. Hertz was a monster short if you got that one even, guys.
I just realized I put in an insufficient price thing there for that. I crossed down and I put in 0.5 of a penny on Hertz, and I got a script failed there. So we didn't want to get that Hertz there. We talked about that on the show. We should be short $1 here. Not a good look for us on that one. We should have had that. We talked about it. Oh yeah, and there goes Zoom completing the trade. We get out of that one. 190. Let's find the exact price here. 196.64. A $12.49 winner. So there it goes. I don't know. We'll just put on an evil laugh because we gave this one to you. We don't like taking too much money into the market, but hopefully you guys do. Just kidding. That's the evil laugh. We love taking lots of money out of this market. Here comes Hertz right back to $1. What up, Brendan?
Yeah, that Hertz, guys. No.
Yeah, we just got a 94 as an average price. It's sort of just been throwing orders out here and getting short into this little pop here in Hertz. So add that to the positions that we got on. Virgin is still basically holding at 17.94. So that's in the money for us. As we work this Hertz, I'm going to go back to CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines. It's been a long, I've been in basically the entire morning. It could be a secondary break play here. 1665 to 1670, guys. We'll have a look here. If it does want to make a little break, we'll be all over it. 1650 looking like the new bottom on this little range. So 20-cent range on Carnival. We're basically long at the bottom end of this range, which is a good sign for us. If it takes out 75, watch out for a bigger move to the upside. It tried once. Let's see if it tests it again. It'll need to break there for me to get any major shares out and make the run to 17 that we've been all waiting for, at least I have, the last little bit. But the only new position is Hertz. It hurt that we missed the initial trade, but now we got a short on in this little rollover here. It did get as high as 96. I think that's a natural place for a stop if you like it. $1 even, I think I'm going to have something short if it gets to that price as well. So a couple of outs there we're going to have on Hertz. 93.78 technically is my, or 93.70, yeah, 93.80, sorry, is my short position right now on Hertz. Won't take anything out till it gets to about 90. I want at least a 3-cent win on the first little bit. See if we can't work a bigger trade to the downside on Hertz, down 5% right now.
Okay, yeah, missed that Hertz one. That was a bad one for me as well. What is this GPS? Why did I miss this trade? GPS, okay, that's Gap. I hate this stock, but we are up 13%. I will be shorting this one probably after the show. They have earnings coming out. Do not like Gap. I don't know how they're going to survive. Lots of inventory. Nobody's shopping. We'll see. Oh, thanks for that, guys. As we get this guy back in action, we're going to see if we go bullish on something, but right now I'm bearish Microsoft short, and I'm pretty bearish right now on GPS. So we'll wait to see a big move up. Let's look at a daily chart a little bit here to see if we can fade this for any reason. 1060 here. I mean, obviously, if you take that out, the other side of this thing, guys, is short squeeze. A lot of people short retail names. So we saw Macy's take off, and we still hope Macy's can go. We're in the money on that one, but $10.98, $11. Wow. Big move ups here from Gap. I think we fail. I don't like this name. I don't want to be long it. What is this? 941. Crow. We're still too far away from any levels here. Maybe if we break back down below 10, we'll go short on Gap. But I was actually waiting for 975. Just noticed that didn't fill. Here goes CCL. The missed opportunity for me of the day was 1650. We did talk about that one. And I also did miss COTY. That was, again, another call. One of the strongest one. I actually had double stars on COTY. Hard to see through 420. But we missed that one. I kept saying it over and over again in the pre-market. I hope hope you had this one. 420 on Cody. What a great long. Too busy celebrating. Next time we won't celebrate so much our positions, but that was a missed opportunity. Oh well, can't get them all, Brendan.
Another little one here, guys, to watch. WRTC rejected at $8 yet again. Came up here once, twice, 3 times now, and got slammed back down. They had an offering this morning. It was actually at $6.20, I believe, but a huge move to the upside. Decent volume. WRTC, guys, a little technology security firm.
We're going to go slap shot action here. Of course, hockey might be coming back soon. Well, it should be coming back. And we're going to take a trade off at least a little bit on CCL. We did mention in front of 75. If it got up there again and broke out, we take some shares off. Just in case it does fade, we can reload at 50. But we still have a long here at that 50 price. Our last entry was about 49, was in the 40s. So our price is going to technically look like it's improving on the way up here. 17 even remains a target for us on Carnival Cruise. So we'll be happy about the nice little 20-25 cent wins. We are looking for a 17 move, get 40-50 if we can on that trade. So Carnival works in the money for us, and we're now back into CGC. We mentioned getting everything out at the bottom there when it did make that little bit of a base. I was going to wait for a VWAP retracement like we said. It got close. So I only got one entry here at 16.20. I would have added to it if it got to 25.30 with about 30 to 35 as the stop. If it retests a low, I'd like to take some shares off in front of that low and then rinse and repeat in CGC. So if it breaks a low, we're going to do a breakout trade. Otherwise, we're shorting these pops into VWAP and taking profit within that sort of 30-cent range on CGC, which has been my best stock of the day so far. We'll see, because CCL has basically been the biggest position the whole time long, but it just hasn't given me a reason to get out. And that's the kind of thing that you got to stick with. If it hasn't given you a reason, stick with the trade.
Yeah, guys, and here it is. We punched CCL in the mouth as well. We get 1665s. We were waiting patiently for that one. Out some 1675s right here. And again, depending on, like I said, depending on the share size that you have, guys. That's why Neil and I work so well. We have different styles, different amounts of trading here. I'm going to take it out, get in and out here on CCL, have decent amount of shares. So we'll take it. I'm still with Neil. I still think we can go high side on this one. So I'll try to always hold on for you guys 25, 30%. But right now, everything is well in the money. We give Macy's to the top side here. We take some out. That's a good one. Novavax here. I'm still in this one. This is a 50-cent winner. So we'll wait on this one. We'll go lemon squeezy on this as it keeps going upside. $50.64. Go NVAX right now. Neil said that basketball is not in or hockey's not in, but we don't need to. We'll just ride our Harleys through this market today. And just another one coming through, guys. NVAX, 45-cent winner. CCL, 12-cent winner. Bang! We look at that one. We hammer this one going through 1665. Everything up. Look, wife, you're watching this one. I keep saying it. Buy me a lottery ticket. Let's get going to the top side here. NVAX, 55-cent winner. Macy's, 11-cent winner. CCL, 11-cent winner. And Microsoft, my favorite of them all, sleeping down here at flat. Let's just keep cashing this out, Brendan. What a time to trade, buddy.
So many opportunities today. Another one in the retail space here, guys. Nordstrom's JWN up 8%. Yeah, exactly. $17 taken out a little bit earlier. We're now at $17.50. Just a slow and steady kind of march to the upside for all of these retailers, guys.
It's not all upside as Virgin Galactic makes another move, arrows down to the downside. We talked about selling this one on a VWAP bounce here. It didn't hold very well. It tried to get up to that 1830 mark. We reloaded not just on the way up, but when it broke 18 on the way down, we said we're going to add to this position. This is a situation where we expected a bit of a roll-off opportunity filling in that gap. That is what's happening now. I did just take some off at 77s. Of course, it's about a 25-cent one. I'm still holding 75% of the position, looking for it to retest the low and then maybe fill in the rest of this gap here. But of course, the story is the upside trade right now in Carnival Cruise. As the market is headed towards 30.50, we're positive on the ES. We got a key level coming in here. The next leg out for me in Carnival is going to be breaks into the 80s. We'll take some off. It breaks into the 90s. We'll get some off in front of 17 as well. But we've been holding this long on that initial bounce and then hold the top end range. I think at this point, now that we've broken 75 to the upside, you can go ahead and slide your stop to 1650. So I'm going to go from that 1630 to a break-even stop now on Carnival. It finally broke through the next quarter, so now we can have a break-even stop. I want to make sure it goes far enough for me in the money before I go ahead and do that. The other long we have, of course, has been in Cody. which is having all kinds of trouble getting towards that 450 mark. It's still holding in the money for us. We did catch that 420 breakout. There has been zero reason to cover this trade yet for the time being. So we got quoted to the long side, looking to now move our stop back to break even. I do see a board full of blue, which is code for green on Icon. That means Brendan is ready to go as we have our sector watch.
Hey guys, yeah, that time. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. Before we do that though, Valeria is getting very nervous, and the reason she's getting very nervous is because she's promised at 30,000 subscribers, she's going to floss for everyone live on the show. We are almost 500, only 500 away from 30,000 subscribers. If you're joining us for the first time and you've enjoyed the show, hit subscribe. We'd really very much appreciate it. Really want to get to 30,000 so we can continue bringing you even more value and entertainment. So let's jump into the overall market here, guys. We are higher. 0.25% to the upside, 0.24%. Let's figure out why. Really, the only thing offsetting further gains is the healthcare group. This entire group pretty much to the downside, led by Pfizer and Gilead. There's the two big losers on the day, 3.8% and 7.7%. We'll slide over to the consumer staples here. Cody, 20% on that news with KKR coming out this morning. Industrials, consumer discretionaries, financials, all in positive territory. I want to point out these ones here. Some of the cruise lines doing quite nicely today, 9.5% for Norwegian. We also have Royal and Carnival there, up 5 and 6% respectively. Marriott popping up there. Some of the casinos a little weak. We got some Macau sales figures from last month that were lower as expected with COVID-19. Consumer discretionary stocks here. We have PVH, Under Armour having a nice day again, 6%, TPR and PHM. There's Gap, there's KAS, all the retailers in here doing quite nicely. As we mentioned, banks all mostly to the upside, about 0.25% though for the overall market. And again, that's all because of this. Pfizer and Gilead, some of the healthcare groups really weighing so far today. Let's go back over to Neil.
Thank you, Brendan. NVAX at 51 break is resisting at 51.50 or so. I just saw a bit of an iceberg order there. I was going to allow this pullback to go back to that 50.80 mark. We're going to stick with that, at least for the time being, but I'll tell you one that is going gangbusters for us here. It's going to be CCL. You are watching it try to slowly climb up towards that 17 mark that we've been waiting for this entire time. I'm going to get some shares out, like I said. It breaks into the 80s. We're going to take some off here. We're long at 16.50 as an average price. It's already a fantastic win. I want most of it out in front of 17 even. I can tell you that hurts. Look, you can miss that first trade all you want, but you got to make sure that you have a plan. We caught that little bounce of consolidation, got ourselves into the short at 94. It's now starting to roll over. I told you we'd start taking it off when it got towards the 90 mark and then look for a bigger trade. That is exactly what has happened, and now we're going to the moon here. Great trade if you got $1. That's fine. Nice little 15% return, whatever it is, but the secondary trade looking just as good here as we're taking about 6 pennies off on a 95-cent name. You guys can do the math as we're taking more on the way down here. I like it to retest this low. That's going to be at 83 cents. It's likely to have some support at 85. I'll get a lot of shares off in front of it. I want to have less than half the position if it breaks 85. That's going to be the way for me, but we're just sort of throwing bids out here, taking advantage of all this liquidity. Hertz, first trade was fantastic if you got it. Second trade looks like it's going to be a good one as well. We're 94 short. Ultimate target here, 85. And after that, let's see if 80 holds. We've been preaching $1 break, $1 break. There's the break. The pullback was good. We're in the short trade for you guys. Sometimes you can miss out, but there's always a second party, and that looks like it's happening right here in Hertz right now, guys.
Yeah, I don't know I'm sure Neil was talking about CCL, but we're monstrous on this stock again today. Big time trade. I sit back down, and yeah, we have a 39-cent winner. I got to take this out of my pocket here so you can hear me properly. 39-cent, if you want to. 39-cent winner on NVAX. We just get some out, though. Darn it, it just breaks through 51. So we do take that 40-cent winner. Now we have half left. NVAX for the win on that one. And CCL, guys, this is a trade that, honestly, guys, pretty proud of this one for you guys today. We give it to you at 16.16 or 16.65 there. We did want 16.50. We were sleepy on the wheel, but we take it there. We double or triple fill our shares to make sure that we make enough money on this trade, and there it is, straight to the upside. So that's a big win. Oh yeah, and remember when we were giving you Macy's when it was down here at 650 and we talked about it going to 660? There it is there, 662, 663. I love coming back and just seeing so much money right now just being piled in. Oh yeah, and by the way, Microsoft, bang, there it is. One of the best stocks. I love Microsoft. So we'll barbecue that one off. Look at this short, guys. 182.12. They're out right here. 181.985. We'll wait for that one to keep falling down. But let's just review the positions here before we go over to Brendan real quick, guys, because I have 4 on. So I want you guys to see what these are. Here we go. CCL, 20 cents in the money long. That's a big trade. We actually punched that one out. I don't want to get anything else. Macy's, 12 cents in the money. Microsoft, 20 cents in the money. NVAX were out of half, but that was already 40 or 50 cents. What's up, Valeria? How are you doing? What's up, Brendan?
DraftKings, another one, Sean, going absolutely crazy today. They're teaming up with Sportsbook to provide live mobile streaming of sports on your phone. So you can watch live sports right on your phone. DraftKings announcing that today, up 9.2%. Guys.
I got a message.
We weren't talking about CCL before a second ago, but I am going to talk about it now. We did get those shares out, like I just mentioned briefly ago. 85, we were looking at as a target. We got 86. So we still have a third of our position on. It is approaching that 17 mark. I will take a few more shares out if it gets into the 90s. And I'm going to try to hold through a 17 even break. So Carnival, like I said, it's been one of our trades alongside we've been holding for quite some time here, and we have no reason yet to be able to get out of that trade. Virgin Galactic, we are short, still in this name, and it's still in the money, of course, for us. It did make a bounce to the upside. It held VWAP. If you reloaded there, fair enough. I was waiting for it a little bit closer to 18.20 mark. That's fine. We're still short here at 18 even and in the money. Hertz, of course, which we were just mentioning, is still a fantastic trade for us. I do want to see if we have a reload opportunity. I'm not going to wait until 95 to do so. I think if it consolidates around 92, 93, I think that's not a bad jumping off point to grab more short. 94 is ours. We got our best shares out here down at 87. I still think it has a chance to break down to some fresh lows here at 83 and then 80 even ultimately. Of course, it's been a great short. We've been harping on that one all morning long, and it's turning to fruition here that we finally got into it on that little bounce play back to the upside. One more for you guys. Cody, we're still in this trade, and again, when you see an upward trend like this and it holds consolidation at the top, there is zero reason to get out, but there is a bit of a reason to adjust your parameters here. I had a break-even stop at 420. I'm going to move that stop up to 430. If it breaks the top end of the range, we'll lock in on the last bit of these shares, an 8-cent win. I'm still looking for it to go to that 450 mark, just moving my stop up as the stock now consolidates. It's getting close to 11 o'clock. Things tend to slow down at this time. You want to make sure you lock in some of that profit. So that Cody long was a great break, but if it can't make another move up, I'm going to make sure we lock in our profit.
Yeah, guys, Cody Long, that was the trade, like we said, rewind the clock. I mean, we were talking about it all. I just missed it. I feel bad. That was the biggest miss for sure, 420. Easy break, guys. I hope you guys had that with Neil. Yeah, I just messaged my friend, man. I said basically get out because DraftKings now 43. We're both long 31 off of last week's price action. We're getting a lot of feedback from you guys. Not only do you like the show for what we're doing in the middle of the day, but apparently you also like when we give you some calls here. So DraftKings, I don't know why it keeps loading .ny there, but DraftKings here, we gave it to you guys. I gave it to you last week anyways down here. 31 off this break right here. It was actually 31.75. I'm long 32 and change. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days for 40%, 30% return. I'll take it. So there it is, DraftKings. If you're long with me, get out of DraftKings if you can would be my suggestion right now. I mean, get out of half maybe. I don't know, up to you. Microsoft's still running. This name's still running. Macy's still running. CCL, one of the trades I'm most proud of for the day. I'm most proud of Zoom and Tesla. Tesla's still 880. Okay, let's just wait to see on this one as that one's faded back in. But Zoom, big trade on Zoom, guys. Today down one in. Down here, guys, 184 and change. Breaking that pre-market level before ripping all the way up and getting a little bit out right there. So it's just been a monster day. Everything we have is in position and in the money, including this Microsoft trade. We're short right here, 182.15. Thank you for all the love and support, guys. Follow me on Twitter. I'll still be there giving you guys some more plays. And here comes Microsoft. I'm looking at this level right now, 181.60. We'll see if we can't get out of some more. Maybe 70, maybe 65 down here. We'll see if we get out. We did just reload up on our water here to get that voice going. And guys, don't worry. I also reloaded up. It's almost time for something that all of you want. So we'll wait to see on that one. As we're going to get out of right now, Microsoft to the downside. Ho-hum, guys. Another 40-cent winner. You're welcome. Let's keep the party going, guys.
I'm going to floss it off for you guys here, but CGC has been a great stock, but the reload opportunity is coming into play at 16.30. But the other reason I'm hitting the floss is not just because we're in the money on 5 of 6 positions right now. It's because we are under 500 to go. Is that actually possible? Have we really gotten us that close? Valeria is going to have to floss when we get to that 30,000 mark. You all want to see it. I want to see it. Let's make this happen. When I get the thumbs up, I believe it's 10:50. One segment that you guys do like is when Brendan does Money Talks, because money always talks. Let's go to the big screen for that.
Hey guys, yeah, money time. Let's have a look at the currency markets under 500 until 30,000 subscribers. Get Valeria up here. She's getting really nervous sitting over there thinking about flossing on the show, but she's going to floss for you at 30,000 subscribers. We're under 500 to go. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. First of all, hit subscribe. We'd very much appreciate it. Let's jump into the currency world today. Yeah, US dollar weakness coming back into play big time right across the board. Look at some of these moves here. Starting with the Canadian dollar up a full percent, 73.3. Look at this break of the high here, 72.8, all the way up to 73.5 almost. A little bit of a pullback now, but also the British pound, nice pop to the upside versus the US dollar. We had manufacturing data this morning. We had construction data from last month this morning in the US that all came in a little bit lower than expected. The euro also higher on the day. Down here, look at the Australian dollar. 1.5% to the upside, back to 67.6. New Zealand also having a nice day. The crypto world not really doing a heck of a lot. Bitcoin is positive, back above 9,500, but only 1.5%. Look at Ethereum though, almost 9% for Ethereum. 240 now for that one. Guys, back over to you.
Yeah, I've been watching some Bitcoin today, and yeah, not having so much luck trading. It's not really doing anything. The name that we'll look at is GBTC. I'm just cashing in today. I mean, today's been a fantastic day. Thank you to all the supporters out there. Let's just keep this train going. Yeah, I was in and out a little bit here on GBTC as I thought maybe we were going to break higher, but no dice on that one. So that's Bitcoin for you. What did I just get out of? Oh, more CCL profits there. So yeah, nice little out on that one. Again, just took some out at 77. We got out high side 85. So again, guys, big trade on CCL. We took some out there, 77. We're almost flat, just keeping it real with you guys as we go. NVAX back in the money. We did dip down a little bit to where we were in initially. We're going to get out, guys, if this breaks back down through 50, but we've already taken 50 cents. In at 50.50, out at 51 on that break. Unfortunately, we forego some upside here, but that's what you got to do. If you're going to get the big winners, you got to do that kind of stuff. Just like Tesla, bang, bang, bang. You see our profits at the bottom, guys. It's been such a crazy day. I'm not going to show the scoreboard. You see everything being added up. This is one trade in here. So 863 out at the top, 867, $4 or $5. This trade as well, that's another $4 or $5. This is another $7. So we've taken about 12 or 13 or more out of Tesla. Zoom, we don't need to keep talking about that one, but we are soon going to possibly zoom through 199. And if we do that, we may go long again. Zoom 199, that 200 level, definitely creeping its head up on that one. CCL, Microsoft, Zoom. You know, let's just call up our trades quickly just to show you guys if you're just joining in here. You always like to see what positions we have on, and here we go. CCL long 1666. That one has been just a belly dance of a trade. We've been hit that one, and we hit that one really hard. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. But M Macy 648. That's a beautiful long as well. The Microsoft shorts cashed us in, but we're flat on that one right now. It's been a big trade, but we'll wait. And then NVAX, we're sort of waiting for 50 to break. So those are the positions we have on. They're great, and the only one I missed, of course, was Cody that I was talking all about in the pre-market, but I didn't put the stop order in, so my bad. Also, Hertz, we missed that one as well, breaking through 99, but $1. I know Brendan and Neil also tried to get that trade, and I think it flushed way too fast. I only crossed down a penny. So there's basically no way I would have got that.
It's falling in a hole, and a few names that are falling in a hole with it. I'll get to Hertz in just a minute because I do still have half my position at 94 short, and it just went back in the money 5 cents. But Space, we've been waiting very, very patiently for this to continue this nice little downtrend, bouncing off VWAP. It's now marching towards the low. I just took some shares out at 70, so again, 20 to 30 cent scalp trades to the win side while maintaining your core position. If it breaks this low at 1760, the floodgates I think should open up here, and we will continue to be net short. NVAX unfortunately flushed back through 50-50. It looks like failed breakout through that 51 area at the time being. I think 50 short might be another play for us, but I want to get you guys back to Hertz. Some of you have been waiting for that position for quite some time. Missed out on a bit of a retracement play here back to 92. I wanted it in the 93 range, didn't quite get there. I am going to take some shares out in front of 90 again, so our only position was the 94 short. We're still hanging on to half our position. I said if it got back down to 85, I wanted to have around that still on, so that's going to be the case here. Short Hertz at 94, sorry. And then, of course, we are still long and have been basically all morning in Carnival. It is trying to break back downside. Like I said, I moved my stop up, but this trend is clean to the upside. It has not pulled back significantly yet. There's zero reason for me to get out. It's either going to 17 or it's breaking back to break even. Either way, I'm going to be net long in Carnival Cruise. Inside the middle here, at 11 o'clock, I don't think you want to get too too crazy with trades. You could try a scalp short in front of 17 if you wanted to see if you got a retracement, but I wouldn't give it more than a few cents there if you are trying the short. It's been such a great long on CCL.
Yeah, I'm getting out of CCL. So right now, 1680, we're getting out of this one. We just took some 78s, I think, out. Yeah, we did. And then we're going to wait the rest, 1690. We made a lot of money on this name today, so we can get out of it now and then just regroup. So right now, we're going to hold on to a little bit, guys, but we've already, this stock is finished for me. We'll wait to see that one. Look, Microsoft, oh my God, where do I have my stop order? 182.53 or so. That's breaking back above 182. Not much is happening. I put an order down here, believe it or not, at 66. It only gets as low as, I don't know why I picked 66 there because this was 60 bunched up. I don't know. But we only get down to 75. Normally, I take them out ahead of these even quarters. So I'm going to bump this order back up here, 181.80 if we can get some more out of Softy. NVAX now going back into the money. We're waiting for a 50 break. We talked about that one. We're long here, 50.65. So today it's been nothing but destruction day for us here in a good way. One trade on CGC, bang that out. Look at this. You want to talk about almost getting perfect here. I think we pretty much traded this name perfectly other than getting a reload up here like I know Neil did, but that one would have been crazy. I'm going to wait for a break now long on CGC. So that's that trade. Macy's, again, beautiful trade here. We talked about it going as high as 1660. There you go. That's basically right where it goes. We're pretty much flat on this one. I'm holding a little bit too much. I'm holding a 20% of the trade here on Macy's. Probably too much. Should have stuck with my own word up there. And then that's it, guys. Macy's, CCL, NVAX, and Microsoft. Those are the names right now. And we're waiting for Zoom to see if it wants to go through 200 up here, guys.
Yeah, someone was, asking about Disney. Disney, big move to the upside here, breaking out a second time of the day through 118. Looks like 118.60 was that breakout price. It just moved $1. Someone's asking me about it. They probably want me to give you a reason to short the stock, I'm guessing here. Yeah, you know what? Interestingly enough, 120, this area here, 119.70 to 120, does look like it was a bit of a pivot last week. So if it tries to roll over through this price, and again, if I'm shorting a move like this, I need to see selling step in, I need to see consolidation, I need to see some longs give up. None of those conditions have met yet, but it's a good price for it to happen between 70 and even. So, throw Disney on the radar for a possible retracement. You've already missed the long at this point if you're here, unless it's a 120 break. But I got to get you guys very quickly to Virgin Galactic. It's another move to the downside here through that low of the day. So here we go. Fireworks on. We're still net short here at 18 as it's breaking that 1760 mark, 1750, then 17 even are my targets. Brennan, what do you got?
Another little one we've been looking at recently. It's been a week or two, but UAVS, guys, big pop here on huge volume. Just popped up on a volume scanner, just ripped through 130 up to 140. Going to check on this one, but UAVS starting to go. Guys.
Yeah, that's not a name for me, but we'll watch UAVS for sure. Okay, here comes Zoom to the top side again, trying to make that move. 199. So I think we'll try to go long again on Zoom. We'll wait on that one. There goes NVAX. Let's go, baby. Back to the upside. A nice little 55-cent winner right now on NVAX. Watch the spread. That's why it's hard to see how many pennies. There we go. So once it closes up, you'll see it. We are long, guys. 50.66, looking to make new highs on this name. NVAX for the win. Look at this CCL, guys, like a glove. So we'll floss it off. Nice little trade there. Out on the top side, 1685. No problems there. We'll see what that one wants to do. Macy's still trying to hit upside. I'm going to get out of this one. Doesn't look like it wants to go, but CCL, great little call. Getting some out there, 84, 85, 70s as well. We'll just wait to see if this one wants to retrace back, but that's what we do. We take a lot of shares, we get out when we see the profit. Now we don't have to worry when this thing fades right back down, guys. But that's the trade so far for me on CCL. We'll wait to see what it wants to do moving upside more. I think so. I think we could test 17, but here we come falling down. Watch the market, guys. I don't know. My earpiece also not working. If we're ready for Brendan or Valeria, let's go there, guys.
Hey guys, welcome to European Update. Europe is mixed but mostly in a positive territory. Germany and Switzerland are closed today. Britain is up 1.28%. France is up 1.56%. And Russia is up 2.3%. While European factories are starting to reopen, passing the April's worst lows. OPEC and Russia are discussing to extend oil cuts for 1 or 2 more months. Well, guys, that's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
All right. And
quick look back in on Virgin, bouncing at 1750. I did see a bit of a size buyer down there, of course. We took some shares off in front of that buy. I think if you're looking for a reload opportunity for it to bounce up, that buyer could do the trick for you there. If it gets anywhere near that sort of 1790 to 18 range, I think you got to be a little more aggressive chasing this one in the continued downward trend. I'm still hanging on to my short at 95 here. Of course, our average price was 18 even. It's in the money 35 cents. It was just 50, but I think you had to take some profit off in front of that 50 like we did. It's just reckless not to when you got a big winner on there and you are looking for a bigger move. I'm still looking for the opportunity on CGC here to maybe get any kind of a reload. I think one more shot I want to give it to hold VWAP. We haven't taken this reload out yet that we got here at 1620. It bounced off 16 once. I'm looking to see if it can't break 16, get down towards that 1588 low. I'll take it out in front of that low of the day, get back in on a break of the low or on a pullback in front of VWAP. But once that 30 breaks, I am done with CGC shorts. I'm not at the point where I want to go long yet, but at some point that could come into play. For me, until the trend breaks, there's no way I'm thinking about the long, but that would be at 1630, so you have to at least consider it there. Space, good. Hertz, even better. I think at this point, I'm not going to be buying Hertz. Again, I don't like the long at any point in Hertz. However, it is putting in a higher low right now. It did once. It's trying to do that again. I think you have to at least consider if you're short 93, 94, 95, if it breaks back up through 90, maybe take some more shares off. It looks like it's trying to resist going any further. Of course, the first short was the best one. We look forward to this on every single day. A long-time viewer that we all love. I know a lot of you guys have seen him on the chat. Is going to be coming through. And Brendan, I think we are ready for that. Let's go to the desk.
Hey guys, so excited to have Jarhead with us today. George Olivero, I'm going to spill the beans. His name's George Olivero. Jarhead joining us, you'll know him as that. Just wanted to mention before we do that, somebody mentioned NIO there, or NIO, NIO up nicely today. Looks like Beijing is considering adding 20,000 new electric vehicle licenses for 2020. So that could obviously benefit NIO. So nice look for NIO today, guys. But yeah, let's jump into this. Bring in our good friend Jarhead. You've seen him in the chat, very active in the chat. We're so happy to have George Olivero with us today. How's your day been so far, George? I mean, it's been a pretty crazy one so far as individual stocks are concerned. Overall, the market kind of flat though.
Yeah, it's been a good day so far, and thank you all for having me on. Good to be here. Thank you for all the support, but it's been a good day. To be honest, I'm actually sitting at flat right now. It's been one of those days where we've been up and down, up and down. Right now, still just managing through this Macy's trade. But it's been an active day, 32 fills right now. But yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, fantastic. Retailers, very strong right across the board today. Good stuff. Let's bring in the guys and get back to the market.
Jarhead, I'm out of that Macy's trade, just to let you know that. I know you watch me a lot there. We took some out there, 660. We talked about that. I hope you hit that level with us, as now it's fading back down. And I am out of CCL as well, guys. So this is exactly how you want to trade. You floss it off. You try to capture some of your profits when they go there, because guess what? I don't trust this market as much as I can throw it. So we'll wait to see here. 1650 now on CCL. Our in was 1665. But yeah, welcome, George. You're one of our biggest supporters there. Thank you for all the love on Twitter as well. And now that you're on the show, how does it feel, my friend?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Like I told you all, when I found this show, it was amazing. I've done a lot of training programs in the past, and it's just not as real as you guys. And the support's been incredible. The educational series you all put out, just absolutely top notch. So much appreciated, and really enjoyed the show. And I view every day, so it's been fun.
I appreciate the fact that you enjoy the show and watch the educational videos. I got to ask you first off the bat, George, do you want us to call you George or Jarhead? I love the name.
You call me whatever you want. I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years, and they, a good term for Marine is a jarhead, so I thought it was pretty fitting. But you're happy to call me whatever you want.
Much appreciated, and definitely much appreciated for your service as well. Sean talked about taking profit here. I know you mentioned that you're relatively flat, but Cody, I just got flat on this one. You got the 420 break, it tried to get to 450, but once it broke this upper end range of 430, you make sure you lock in profit, about a 7-cent win on the second half of the position. But now I'm actually hunting the short. I'm going to go to the other side here. The market's rolling over. Some of these high flyers, if they fail to put in new highs, that's where I'm going to start jumping into the reverse side of the trade. I would love to have this one in front of that 430 out on the way back up. Use high of the day as my out. Otherwise, that 420 level, previous breakout, could be a breakout to the downside. So I do like Cody here in the 20s. I'm going to try and get into the short position here. Are there any individual names that you're looking for, either to trade now or maybe a little bit later on in the day, or you kind of think you might be done?
Yeah, appreciate the question, Neil. I mean, I obviously get the watch list every morning. I go through all the key levels with you all starting at 9 o'clock. That's been extremely helpful for me. Looking at the names I've traded today, I've traded CCL in and out. I actually traded a little bit of AAL this morning as well. I did join you for the Cody trade. Macy's, NVAX, that was a great trade. That was a 65-cent winner for me.
Bang.
And then back to CCL, and then a lot more into Macy's. So, just looking at the watch list, looking at key levels, sorting my watch list internally on my side by volume to see what, which stocks are the high flyers for the pre-market is really helpful.
Great.
Volume, you say? Speaking of volume, and we have a lot of videos that are going to be coming out this week, and one of them is volume. We're dropping that one today, so educational content. Jarhead, my good friend, make sure you check it out. And as always, we really appreciate any feedback we get on these videos. Drop some comments in. It's all about letting us know how we can do them better for you guys. I know you enjoy them, but that doesn't mean we can't get bigger and better like we try to do every day on the show. I will mention I just did get into this Cody position. So starting it here at 27, I think I'm probably willing to short this one all the way up to 40s, to be honest with you, using the high of the day as an out. It's 444. I'm not going to split hairs. We'll get it at 445. I think it's a long through 450 and an afternoon breakout, but for now we're jumping into the short side trade in Cody. I love to play these things both ways if we can. So now only short. Cody short, Hertz short, and still short some Virgin Galactic.
I heard you, Jarhead, there get out 51. You took a 65-cent hit. I guess you went long on this 50-50 break with me and then got out some up here. We're still into this name. Is there anything that you use for getting out? Like, I mean, for example, today on Zoom, wow, okay, I didn't even realize this. We're about to break 200. I better pay attention. We had this beautiful 184 trade. It's just hard to hold it all the way up here to 196, but we did, only 10%. Wish we would have held more. Looks like we're going to break 200. Are you going to be looking at Zoom at all, or do you, I'm not sure what size account you trade. You don't have to tell us the exact numbers, but maybe $200 is too expensive of a stock for you. Is that something that you take in consideration? Is the price of the stock? You mentioned CCL, Cody, some of these lower ones. Do you prefer some of those? I mean, we're hitting them no matter what on the show, but what is your style, and do you maybe look for lower price stocks? It seems that way anyways.
Yeah, I tend to look at the lower price stocks because I can put on more share value. I am a risk taker for sure. It's interesting, this morning I had that Zoom, actually, I'm looking at it right now, saved in my order book, 500 shares at 184.01.
Wow.
And I missed it, man.
Oh.
I couldn't join you for that one, unfortunately. So I was banging my head against the computer on that one. But yeah, Sean, it really doesn't matter to me. I do like the lower prices because I can put more share volume on, but I'm not opposed to a higher volume stock, like something like a Zoom or even like a
500 shares. Wow, let's throw it up there. I wish I had a George Floss here because that's putting some that's putting out some risk there, my friend. So congratulations. I like to hear that. That's fantastic. Yeah, I wish you would have had it. The only thing I can tell you about that one is, and you already know it. Obviously, you're using that many shares. Is you gotta cross up a bit more than that probably. My level was probably 183.75 or so. Crossed into it probably about 50 or 60 cents, especially on open when you get some crazy volumes and some crazy wicks like that. So yeah, watch out. Try to cross up a little bit more. I am waiting for 200 to break. Look, I'll take small. This is the other thing too, George. I'm going to switch back and forth. My father's name is George there. Giorgio, by the way, Italian a name there. Where are you from?
Originally from New York, but I'm living in North Carolina now.
Is your background European at all?
My name is Italian.
Italian.
What's that?
Attaboy, there we go. So right now living, okay, I just want to talk about this 200 break. If you do get that, that's fantastic. But yeah, watch out. This is the point I was getting at. Use a little bit less shares, and I think time of day, very, very important. I like to get aggressive. I like that call off the morning early, but there's no way now I would use the same shares on a 200 break that I would down here at 184. But you'll hear me, guys, get into this one as it goes. My NVAX right now, too, bouncing off of $52. I still think there's more to go. We're going to wait for 50. Give this one some breathing room, guys.
You guys might have seen on the lower third there, volume alert coming from Brendan, that AESE. It's up 125%, but it made a run to $6 here, almost doubling since the open. Pulled back hard. It tried to just test that high. It stalled shy of it here at 590. So for me, jumping into the short position here at 557, I'd like to be able to add to this one if we can, get 60s or 70s or so, and then just use to the high of the day. I think it's a breakout long if it takes out the top, but we're going to short here at this time of day in front of it. You get anywhere down to VWAP, that's like $5, gives you a nice little 10% return. You talk about missing trades there, George, and using different amounts of shares. One thing to consider, and this is like with that Hertz trade, you always think about like what kind of a return you can get. The price of stock can matter sometimes it doesn't matter at all. Just think about how much money you're putting into the position and then what kind of a percent return. But then also remember the amount of liquidity that you're working with too, because something like Hertz, it's going to be almost unlimited liquidity up to the amount that you can spend on this stock. You'll never have to worry about getting in or out. You just have to worry about how far you cross down and aggressively get into shares. But that in Zoom could come into play because if you're using, if you try to use more than like 500 shares, like 1,000 or whatever it might be, you could run into a situation where getting into the position on a break, you're only able to get a partial, you have to cross further, so your average price could get worse depending on the amount of shares you use. Brendan, I believe, has something for us.
Yeah, another little one here, guys. So many individual names with opportunities today. MYOV out this morning, George, with some positive data on a new treatment for, it looks like, urinary tract infections. MYOV up 22% on that news, just about to break $15 here, guys. We started the day at $12.20.
Oh my goodness, MYOV. That's why I messed it up on my quote board there. I thought I had added it, and apparently I just spelled it wrong. So I will make that a correction there for you guys. John, I see your question. I'm out of Cody Long, but I did reverse into the short trade. We can review it here. I did have a break even stop originally at 420. When it made a higher end range at 430 up here to the high of the day, I just allowed it to break that 430 and got out for a nice little 7-cent win. I reversed to the short at basically the same price here. I got a 28 short, 428, just looking for a retracement. If it takes out 420, I think you consider adding to that position. I'll probably go ahead and do that unless I built too big a position here on the upside. And then I'm looking for it to come back into some of that pre-market area, down around $4, give a nice little return there. George, do you find yourself reversing very often in trades, or you have a nice win to the long side, you just sort of stay away from the stock after that, you take your win and walk away, or do you want to pound into that one same stock over and over again until it's no longer good for you?
Yeah, probably the second one, Neil. I mean, I like to fade, just like yourself. So I like to take a stock to the long side once it runs.
Oh, well, it looks like we might have a little bit of an issue there. Frozen. Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay, yeah, what I was saying is I do like to take it up to the long side until it, loses a little bit of steam. And then I do tend to fade a little bit here and there. One of the things that I'm trying to get better at is managing my stop orders. A lot of times as I'm taking a position and it's moving up, I like to keep my stops really tight. And sometimes it causes me to get stopped out. When I look 20 minutes down the road and it could have been a 50-cent winner, and I profited 10 cents, which is fine. But I do need to manage that a little bit better. And I like the idea that what you all do, where you take a third of your trade out, a third. So maybe it's managing 3 different stop orders and sliding it from there. I think that might be a new way to go about it.
Speaking of that, CCL here, I had a break-even stop at 1650 that I put in. I've been holding this long the entire way for a 17 move. I had the same thing happen to me, brother. I just broke 1650. I get out break even. Of course, you took profit on more than half the position, but that ends up being bottom wick of the move. It's going to happen to you from time to time, but you've got to have an out somewhere. I feel like when you're holding a trend trade like that, sometimes giving at least a portion of it to break even is going to allow you to get the bigger win. But no matter your approach, whether I was holding it here for longer, I got some out for a bigger winner, or you have a tight stop and you get wicked out, either one of those can happen to you. I tried to hold here and it does break you out. The key thing is, do you have rules and do you follow them? And as long as you followed your rules and you're overall profitable, you can always grow from there and you don't worry too much about the nitty gritty.
Yeah, good. Yeah, a good little look there. Yeah, we're out of CCL again. I just tweeted, guys, 9 symbols today, no losers. So knock on wood, as Neil always says. GNUS thoughts. I'll give that in a second. I just want to update and let you guys know which stocks we have on today. I haven't traded any of those little garbage stocks. I guess CCL maybe is, but okay. CCL not on. Microsoft short right now, 182.50. That's 25 cents in the money. And NVAX, we still got that baby long, but we'll wait to see if that one can come through on that. CCL, yeah, I'm not into that one. I'm out of that. We'll wait to see if that one goes. GNUS, let's do it live. I haven't even looked at this stock yet today. $2.49. $2.50 level breaking, 21%. Wow, a nice little move there. Consolidation. This is exactly what we like to see. How is that a 20-cent move? I guess we got a 20% move from $2. We break that. We get upside here. Okay, so GNUS here. We're going to find out. I'm not even sure about what's going on. Genius Brands, I know that much. We'll wait to see what the news is, up 20%. Brendan's probably came with that before. $2.60. That looks like a nice little wick. Let's just check it out here on the daily chart. Again, I have to put an NQ here for some reason. Doesn't transfer over. Wait, just wait on me, guys. I know it's a bit boring. Come on, chart, let's go. It had a high the other day of $2.80. Wow, Genius Brands. Yeah, whoever bought down here appears to be a genius. Straight to the upside. Yeah, you know what, guys? I'm going to wait for a 260 break on this one. Probably take it to 280. And again, my style is use more shares and get rewarded a little bit faster. So we'll wait to see that one. But look at this. NVAX right now, highs of the day. Here, Jarhead, and I know you're not in this, but we'll hit a cowbell for those that are, including myself. Nice little winner here. We're in the money now. $1.30, sorry. 50.60 we're long at. It's at 51.90. Let's wait to see what happens as we break through 62. Upside, let's just drop down maybe a 15-minute chart, see how high we can go. Bouncing right now off 52. Yeah, 15-minute chart. We haven't been up here until a few days ago, which we did sort of get some bunching around here at 50. What about topside, Sean? 52, what's this? 52.66. So yeah, let's give this some more room, guys. But right now, big winner, dollar winner on this one, and 25-cent winner. I'm still trying to get some Microsoft out down here, right where we're at. So let's see if Microsoft will pay off for us again, guys. But 9 symbols, no losers. Thanks for hitting that money, whoever did, because that's what we're talking about today. It's a cash money kind of June, guys. I'm
actually hitting it, but AESE with a monster flush there. We talked about that high, put it at 6. It rolled over. We shorted it at that 557 mark. Took it out of VWAP. You get a 10% return in like 5 minutes or so, catching that retracement. But it just was a monster volume spike and dropped like 80 pennies in one move. Now, if you have a price target out and an order out there, you kind of get swept up. What you can do, however, is not have one. And then look at this support. Previous support at 460, it stalls on a dime there. I'm now looking for an opportunity for a pullback short. If I can get 540s again or 530s, forget about 550. That's come and gone, but a monster win already in AESE. We missed it on the way up. Apologies for that. We'll catch it on the way down, so hopefully you're following along with us. I only have a few positions on. I'm going to update very, very quickly here. A little bit lighter than previously in the day. I do have only shorts that we're working with. That Cody reverse short at 428. Ignore Guy. That's sort of a play in silver, and it's also a cash and stock deal to the long side, which we'll pick up every time it dips. Hertz, we're still actually short here at 94. I don't have a reason to get out. We're 5 cents in the money, which is a good return. Of course, I'm looking for much more than that. And Virgin, we're still short here at 17.95. I'll give you the one piece of trouble we're running into with this retracement, and it's going to be hard for me to consider not taking this one off, but I'm not going to do it. 1750 is held once, twice, 3 times. I am still short off that pullback into VWAP and then that breakdown. I'm looking for 50 to break. I think if it does, we're going to get that close to $1 return that we've been looking for. But sometimes you have to, whether you put a sticky note up, George, or you just kind of like punch yourself in the face or slap yourself to remind yourself, if you have a plan, you've got to stick to it. Even though my gut does say there's a buyer here at 1750, I am seeing it pretty clearly. I've already taken my profit off in front of it. I'm only holding 25% of the position. This is to be held. That's the whole entire point of taking this multiple times, getting profit out so you can hold for the bigger winners. So even though it seems like the move could be stalling out, you've played the percentages in your game here and you've said, I need to hold on for a portion for the bigger win, but because I've taken profit out, I don't care if there's a buyer there, I'm still going to give it to break even anyways. So you might lose on the last little bit of the trade, but you'll never get that big dollar win if you don't try to hold through this big buyer here. Do you ever find yourself in that situation where you're sitting there knowing what you should do, but kind of catch yourself questioning, and what is your best plan to stick to your plan? Like, how do you do that? How do you make sure you don't mess up and get away from your plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all been in that situation. I mean, I'm pretty new to this game, and so if I'm ever in a position like that where my gut's telling me to do something, and if I'm ever in a position where I start to feel uncomfortable, chances are I'm going to probably exit it and look for something else. That's kind of my rule. If I miss that, you all are trading a lot of names. My best days are when I can keep up with you all, and that's me getting in a position and being able to manage all my stop orders to where I'm in the money, and I know that I can go to the next position and not have to continue to go back and forth. I trade on Power E-Trade, so it's a little bit different of a system than what you all are working with. But yeah, I mean, just managing my stop orders and keeping them tight has worked out pretty well for me. But again, I think it's kind of impeded me on some additional gains, which is okay as long as I'm profitable. I don't have to have mega days every single day. And I think another viewer that came on the show said it best. Managing your losses is a big part of it as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, your relationship with your losses determines your long-term viability here. And speaking of losses, if you're holding along here in AESE and you try to buy through the top, watch out, because 460 looks like it's going to be floodgate time if it breaks that to the downside. Sort of a range trade here, breakout off the open at that same price. It's trying to bounce off it now. I was looking to catch a pullback to the short side. I think the only trade might be to short in front of 5 even in VWAP, or short a 460 break on this one. I would like it at 540. That hasn't happened yet, but watch out. There's a serious level here at 460. If it goes, I got to be short. If it holds this one throughout the afternoon, I might take a shot at the buy. But for now, just looking at that breakdown.
I'm still alive, guys. Don't worry. Microsoft, we just take that out, guys. 181.83 to the downside there. We take that out for a 30 penny winner. So we take it out twice. George, bang that. And then look, this is part of what we look at here. Just, it resists this break a couple times. So look where we get out. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but this little logo will perfect. You a Mortal Kombat guy or a Street Fighter guy, George?
Oh man, it's been a while, but I would say Mortal Kombat.
Attaboy, good job there. Raiden, good character for that one for sure.
Raiden, yes.
Yeah, Raiden's good, nice style there. Okay, Zoom, we're long and we're in the money. It does go in the money for us, about 70 or 80 cents, guys. But come on, we're long at $200 here. So we're gonna wait to see what kind of damage this name can do to the top side. I'm only gonna give this one $2 worth of room. We talked about why that is. It's all about this thing, not the Breitling, but the time of day. You got to wait for this thing to break. It could break down 198 or so. We'll flush out of this one on some consolidation down here, but we'll hold it until then to see if there's some upside. So yeah, we're not joking around today, guys. 9 names, I just tweeted them all out. And by the way, here goes Zoom again. Again, if you want the 60, 70 cents, take it, but I'm going to wait on that one. But we tweeted out today, and it's the truth, man. Every single trade. The best part about this is, for anyone that thinks that, you know, how can it be possible you trade 9 symbols, 78 fills, and you don't have a loser? But that's the best thing about YouTube. We can always go back and look, right? And you can watch old shows here. And here goes NVAX. We're long this name. You know that at 50.66. I know you had this one with us, George, but here we go. More to the upside on this name. Zoom now starting to go a little bit. We're at $200. We almost broke 201 there, so we'll wait to see if that does happen. This is my favorite part about having a guest on. You've traded for a while, some pretty experienced things. You've talked about some new ideas. George, give our viewers the reason why. 1 reason, 2 reasons even better, 3 reasons the best on why they should be hitting subscribe button, and not something stupid because Valeria's about to floss. That's regardless. She's going to floss regardless anyways at 30,000 because that's either happening today or tomorrow. But why should viewers right now hit that like, hit that subscribe button?
I mean, Sean, it's pretty simple. You guys are the real deal. You know, everything you're doing is live. You show winners and losers. You know, for me, it was a great opportunity to learn more about the market and how to trade. Again, you know, going through various trading programs, you know, a lot of them are good. Some of them are not. Right. But the one thing that they lack is that real-time trading, which you all provide. Again, and you're not just posting all your winners like many of them do. So we're seeing a little bit of everything. You know, for me, you know, you can never be more, you know, education is an ongoing thing. And so I'll watch your educational videos over and over again. I'll even go back to some old shows and kind of look at various levels and various trends of things that are happening. And it's all there. It's all on YouTube, and it's all free. I mean, you can't beat that. So those are my reasons.
Great, thank you so much. Here's another one right now. Brennan, what up, bud?
Another one, yeah, guys. We were talking about NVAX. Here's the other one. Can't sleep on this one. DVAX, same space, same kind of idea here. Just broke $7, immediately ripped up to $7.50. Decent volume still coming into DVAX as well, guys.
Right. And decent volume coming into space. It finally breaks 1750, and on top of that, a bit of a seller here at 40, following it down, which is good for us here. We've been waiting for this one to make a move down to 17. Look, 1704 was the previous close on Friday, so that's kind of why we picked that out as a bit of a target. At this point, we continue to flush to the downside. That's great. We're going to now trail our stop all the way up to this level, 1770. So if it comes back up to through 70 to 75, I will get out. Otherwise, we're going to hold for that near dollar winner on space. And again, we had to be very, very patient with this one. You know, we've been holding it the entire morning here since 9:38. We've been net short in space and never got flat. We loaded up at VWAP back again, and we added on a breakout of 18 even. That's the last shares that we have on right now. You know, I think with about half an hour left to go till you get to that 12-hour, so that noon time, you got to think about where you're going to be taking your profit. Where some afternoon type breakout trades are going to be matriculating. I know some of you are looking at 260 on GNUS. I'm also looking at AESE, sorry. Check that one. If it does break back above, call it 1515 to 1520, could be a break. But for now, 460 looks like a great short. I have my stop order locked and loaded, ready to go. It's done 50 million in volume. Could fill this gap back to $4 if it does break that 460. So that one's on the radar. Do you trade heavily, George, in the afternoons, or is it mostly a morning thing for you, and then you sort of don't do anything the rest of the day?
Yeah, so for me, I've tried to trade in the afternoon, and it's frustrating. You know, the action's not there, so I've completely stopped trading in the afternoon. The only reason why I would leave something on in the afternoon is if, you know, I've got a pretty good stop set. I'm in the money big, and I can just let it go. And what I'll do is just keep my trading system open, kind of in the corner of my screen. Go do my normal job, and just kind of watch it. And that's the extent of my afternoon trading. But the majority of what I do is in the morning.
Nice, George. I'm not going to do this to you, but I'm sure you're a fan of chicken. So here we go, guys. NVAX, I know you're out of this trade, George, but we got to keep talking about it. Up, and away right now. $1.70 in the money. We have half of our position still. Hit this right here. Took some out on this fade back, and this is where Neil talked about stop orders. So we did take 50-cent profit. Actually, it was 41 cents or so on that tick as it breaks back down below 41. But this is why you got to hold some of those. So we're holding that one. Zoom right now as well, trying to bounce up to 2.0. What? It did break? Oh man, I didn't realize that. It did break 201.30. Here we go. Zoom now to the upside. This is a smooth dollar in the money as well. So wake up, America. We have Marine Jarhead on right now. 5 years. Thank you so much for that service. I don't know if you're friends with. And bang! There it goes. $1.50 out. There's the winner. It just keeps on coming, America. More. Zoom to the upside, guys. We go long here. Bang that out. $14. Go long 200. Get it out 201.50. You'll see me do that all the time. Now we hold half again. The party is not over, guys. NVAX, Zoom, and Mr. Softy. We just keep running the show right now. 3 for 3 on this one. I'm tweeting it out. Twitter, a very cool spot to be at because we can go back and forth. I know we have with you as well, Jarhead, and talk about the trading community. Did you notice Robert was on? Robert Brown, also a Marine, was on last week as well, or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I'll give you 2 more reasons why people should subscribe to your channel.
Perfect.
One is the community that you all are creating, right? I mean, just look in the chat. Everybody's so active. There are traders in the chat that are posting things, and you all are looking into it real time, so you're extremely responsive in the chat, which is awesome. And then Brandon Wickens, I mean, it is so difficult to, especially when the market's open and you're in trades, in and out of trades, it's so challenging to scour the internet and look for various symbols to get into. And he does a fantastic job at kind of bringing things to our attention. So there's 2 more reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't say that enough about Brendan. We rely on him more than you guys even realize. Like sometimes we'll in the chat have to ask in real time, hey man, what's going on with this volume spike? Where is the news? Because we got so many positions on, it's hard to monitor. We have our own resources as well, but without Brendan, I mean, we'd be sitting there blind a lot of the time. A lot of people are asking about ADAP. It's looking like here it's trying to break through 1210 right now, which was a level on Friday. It did get through there eventually in the afternoon and stalled out at 1275. So I would watch out. Breakout long there might run into some resistance at 1275, which for me means there might be a little bit of an opportunity for this move to slow down and be a bit of a pullback trade. I prefer it at 75, but if it rolls here, 1210 was a decent level as well. I'm going to quickly put the position board on. So I saw someone ask in the chat, how do we know what you guys are in? One of the ways we do that is put our position board live for you, and we are working on some potential improvements to make that a little bit better for you guys. But I am shorting Cody on that retracement trade, 431. I like to do the high of the day. Haven't got my price to 35 like I'd like to. I've got a short in Hertz still at 94. It's still holding 90, so we're going to make sure we stay in that trade. Want a target of 85 we can get down there, but right now it's getting very, very sleepy. Fortunately in the money for us. And then space, we're still in this at 17.95 short. It has broken that 50 mark. It is now coming back. I have a trailing stop in there for the first time. I've been basically giving that one to break even up until this point. Now on Virgin, now that it's broken that 50, we're going to give it to the 75 area, and that's kaputs, or it goes all the way down to 17 even. So it's binary for me the rest of the way here. Either from here it goes up about 30 cents, or it goes down 30 cents and hits my out. Either way, it's going to be a winning trade, the short trade. Very clean trend the whole way through.
Okay, guys, here we go. We are going to be going through Ben in a minute, but follow me on Twitter, guys. 1,800 followers and more coming. And I want to bring everyone's attention here. We had Dane on the show. George, you've been fantastic. Dane asked a great question about beginning traders and whatnot, and then we answered it here. So, guys, if you're on and you do have a Twitter account, please follow me at TraderTV Sean here in my new black shirt there, talking about that. And this is what we just talked about. These are the positions we have on, and we still have them on right now. But follow us on Twitter. We tweet out throughout the afternoon, and I do that as well as we go, so make sure you do that. And guys, by the way, here's Zoom, guys, and it's a disco party. We initially go long at 184. Shout out to Daniel Shea as well, retweeting some of the tweets I've got out there. 20 CNBC contributor Daniel Shea, by the way, if you're watching, what up? 201 is where we just got out, 201.50 off this 200 break. So guys, we have CNBC contributors watching and commenting on our tweets, so why not you as well? well. Come over to the dark side. Follow us on Twitter. We have a lot of fun. 202.20 top side. I'm just going to get out of this one if it breaks back below 200. I'm going to let this one keep going. If it comes below 200, $2 winner on right now, Zoom guys. And then NVAX. Look at this, Jarhead, you know all about this one. That's a $2 winner on right now, breaking through the high of the day. I gave you 52.65. It's nothing but love from this side. Brandon, what's up, bud?
ADAP, guys, we were talking about this one earlier this morning. George, you might have heard ADAP gave you a fade opportunity here, 10.50 and then $11 up there. Nice little fade opportunity, but look at this. Huge pop through $11 here, right up straight to $12.50, guys. Just want to point out, though, at the bottom of the screen, look at the volume on Friday. Compare it to today. So not a lot of participation. We are, however, right back at this 12.75 level from Friday. Guys.
Yeah, and you know what that means at 12.75, like we mentioned before. If it rolls here, that would be a fail through that Friday high. That's one of the first things I look at in terms of any new stock or any stock we've traded the week before. Always go into that higher time frame and see if you can't get a look. Speaking of sort of routines that you might have, George, is there anything in particular that you have to do in terms of your preparation? And it's like, if I don't do this, and then I'm not going to trade, or I can't make any trades until I've gone through these steps. Take us through your process and how maybe that's evolved, or what's the key aspects of it.
Yeah, my routine's pretty simple. I mean, before bed, the night before a trading day, I typically look at the aftermarket, see what's going on there, kind of just a pre-set up for the next day. Always get up super early. I've got two little ones, 4-year-old and a 8-week-old. So there's a lot of tending to there, helping my wife out with them. But as soon as I can get down to the computer, I'm looking at the pre-market, looking at all the levels there, join the chat, start looking at things from there. Obviously read the watch list. Just basic, getting a feel for what's going on in the market. Really, the pre-market is kind of a telltale of what's to come early on in the day.
Well, I'm gonna hit the confetti because I believe you said an 8-week-old. Is that correct?
8-week-old.
Congratulations. You know what? I mean, I only have one, but it's literally like life-altering, and it's the greatest thing in the world. So congratulations to you. 8 weeks. You're able to trade. You're able to follow along live. You are Superman. I guess that's a credit to the Marines that you can manage all those things at once there. But again, you know what? It comes down to a plan and a process. And if you don't have it, it's kind of hard to juggle multiple symbols. It's kind of hard to juggle, multiple aspects of your life while also trading with emotion involved. There's money involved, of course. But again, it's all about that plan of action. And if you don't have it, you run into trouble in all kinds of different disciplines, especially this one.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember I have 2 kids, including they're doing some exercise right now. Check out this one, a wall stand right here as we go. Point dance there. This is what's going on. You see the NVIDIA shield there, Brendan. You can see that. We talk all the time about NVIDIA, and there's the shield right there. So good work, Gia. Keep up the good work there with these stretches or something. I'm not sure. And there's the shield there. And I don't know, we can't see the Nintendo Switch, but that's been life-altering, needless to say as well. NVAX pulling back down a little bit as well. Yeah, when we had the kids, I think I took 2 or 3 days off trading. I can't stop. Love you, my wife. Thank you for letting me do that. Okay, 200, 202.50 up here. That's kind of the bottom right now for this. I may get out 202. If 202 breaks, I was going to give it all the way down to 201, but right now, this is, guys, once again, another $3 winner. So we'll hit the air horn and wake up. Bang! There it is. $4 winner on this one. How much money are we making today on Zoom? Jarhead, I'm sorry you missed the 500 shares down here. That would only be in the money like, I don't know how many thousands of dollars right now, but that's a big move upside here. This exactly from my initial entry, 184. You're up $20 right now. So a nice little move upside. And our latest in right here is a destruction. We'll be tweeting this out again, long again at 200. Not nearly as many shares. We may just get out at 204, but every time it keeps cracking, we just keep on making more and more money, including NVAX right here, top of the day. But yeah, you've been a great guest today. Only 20 minutes left. What was, George, maybe your biggest trade, if you did want to talk about it, maybe in the last couple weeks? Is there one trade that maybe sticks out in your mind that you had, and maybe we had it with you on the show?
Yeah, I actually always do well in Carnival. Every Carnival cruise trade you all take, I try to follow suit. That's been a really good stock for me. I think the biggest trade I've ever had, though, since watching the show, I think it was Neil. I took that NVIS trade with you, and that was a massive trade for me. I put a lot of shares on. It ran, and it was a big payday.
That was a great stock, but every time it's one of these names, I have to give a huge assist to Brendan, because I'll be honest with you, like that was a stock that was on the radar, but then Brendan sort of double put it in there for us. And for me, anytime I'm jumping into something that I'm not as active in or haven't done as much work on, he's basically sitting there making sure we know exactly what the news is, and then if I forget to go check what the float on a stock is, he's going to remind me that I got to do that, or at least even tell it to us. So you always want to make sure you have all the information. We always want to make sure we don't miss a trade, but I'd rather miss out on something than not follow my rules, or not sort of go through the entire process before you're putting risk on. I just find that in the long haul, that's going to end up being worth it. A few people have asked about UPWK, but I'm actually a little bit curious. Somebody hit the Valeria floss. And I'm actually curious to think, someone giving me an update, because where are we? We got to be getting pretty close to the actual number, and at some point, we're all looking forward to see that floss. And I'm going to put you on the spot here for a second, George. Can you do the floss dance, by the way?
Someone just hit the belly dance.
It's a bad version of, but I've tried it before.
Good. Yeah, we don't need you. You doing that one. We did get out of Zoom here on the top side. Someone hit the belly dance there for me. I don't know. I think that was Valeria. But instead, guys, we'll just hit another chicken dinner winner as this breaks back above. I think we must have got a bad wick there. I put in the wrong price. I wanted 202, but we get out on a 203 break. So sorry, guys, just another $3 winner, so we'll cry that one off to put our total on Zoom. We don't talk about P&Ls, but believe me when I tell you, it's the largest P&L I've had on this show for a very long time. So Zoom straight to the upside and still rocking. We're still in this Microsoft trade. We're giving it to 182.50. Again, bang that out, 40 cents again. We'll wait on that one to come through. And then NVAX, still a nice little winner. $2 in the money. It's time to head over to Brendan quickly.
I don't think I have one of those, but yeah, we might need to get a floss. Oh, I do. There it is. Yeah. Wow, I'm going to throw my pen at that. Yeah, there's me flossing. Yeah, we're under 300, guys. Under 300 away from the 30,000 mark. So give us a subscribe if you haven't already. We really want to get to 30,000 this week. Valeria is going to floss for everyone live on the show. Just wanted to mention the Zscaler as well. This thing's been crazy. I mean, Sean's been killing Zoom today, but Zscaler, what an opportunity. 96 up to 104.50 now. Just made yet another day high, guys.
Yeah, speaking of day highs, 88p making one as well. A bit of a break here through the top. We had just talked about it. Breakout trade. We've done the scalp trade on it. It's trying to break out 1325 right now. I got 1280 long. I'll see if I can hang on to the last third. But the problem with this one, we did have that 75 top level, but you do have to watch it in a pullback. This could go all the way to like 12 to 1220. And still technically be in the long trend. So you got to give it a little bit of room. Now that I've taken some profit off, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I'm only giving it to about 1240 here. So we've made a couple of scalp trades upside, and now we're going to look to trail this one back to 1240. When Brennan mentioned that number, less than 300, I'm not sure everyone here realizes the ramifications of that, but I'm just going to pull it out for you guys and let you understand this could happen live on the show right now. If we hit that 30,000 before it gets to 12, Valeria has to do it today. So let's get on there, because I know everybody wants to see it. Everyone can use a little bit of happiness in their lives in these moments. So let's see if we can't get there. We're only 300 away or less than that. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done it. George, I know you're excited to see it. I'm excited to see it. I feel like everybody is here. I do have one other question for you. We didn't really talk too much about your journey from the very beginnings. When it comes to sort of trading multiple stocks, or like you said, you like to hunt risk, put on bigger positions, is there a particular point in your journey where you sort of broke through? If so, how long was it into your journey? How much did you have to, I guess, figure things out or sort of go through the weeds before you got to that point where you're putting the bigger risk on and taking those bigger trades?
Yeah, I think I'm still learning, Neil. It's a long, never-ending road, especially when it comes to trading. I think my big learning point was that I got pretty humbled by the market a couple weeks ago. Put on big risk and got whacked pretty good. So that just kind of put things back in perspective for me. that this is very real, and baby steps work a lot better when you're first learning. There's been so many aspects of my trading time that have been learning curves, and I'm sure there'll be many more down the road. But every day is a challenge. Every day is a opportunity to learn more and do better the next day. I do keep a journal here as well. And if I have a bad day, I just go back through all my trades, all my orders, and just figure out where I went wrong, what I could have done better, and just go from there. Try not to repeat it.
Yeah, I hit the confetti there because I think Neil and I are both going to talk about the same thing there. Journaling. I mean, we've hired thousands of traders. I'm going to kick out these things again. Thousands of traders, and that's the number one thing that we tell them. Look, it's going to take you a while. Like, I never really used to trade all these crazy breakouts and things like that. And then after journaling and seeing exactly what works and throwing around some bulls. Oh yeah, and pretty soon we're going to go to Valeria, but it's almost time for something else, guys. You'll be seeing that in a minute. What up, Valeria?
Hey Sean, hello trading family, and hey Jarhead, thank you very much for joining us. It's already our favorite segment, and guys, you can join us also. Just send your request at Marketing and Trader TV Live and join us together. It's such a fun segment. We meet our traders from all over the world, and guys, of course, subscribe to our channel. As you got in 200 subscriptions, I'll do my floss move live for you. So guys, subscribe now and vote. Maybe you want to see Sean belly dancing when we reach 100 subscriptions. Write in the comments, and I'll see you later.
Larry, you're trying to get people to
100,000. I hope you mean.
So let's slow down on that belly talk there. But okay, 52. If that breaks, we're going to get out of NVAX for once again, guys. Ho hum. $2 winner on NVAX right now. We'll wait to see if that can come out. It'll be something like that. We'll see what happens. But 53 coming to the top side. Yeah, we want more of you guys. Come through. Any more guests? You want to have some fun like George here is on the show. And we talked about what a great trading community it is. And I want to thank everybody for also the support of everyone's favorite segment. And that is, what is in the fruit salad? So today is fruit salad time. Our caterer not overly creative lately. We did have plums in there, but today's fruit salad brought to you by this guy. Do you see what that is? This is a blueberry. Very, very tasty today. So not only is today's guest segment brought to you by Blueberry, it is also today's code word, Blueberry. There you go, guys. George, do you like fruit salad at all? And if so, what is your favorite? As I'll slowly put this blueberry one down the gullet here.
Yeah, so blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries. Kind of my jam.
So you're a berry guy. That's good. Yeah, I'm definitely like that.
I like berries. I like it with granola and yogurt.
Bang that out. Great little job there. So that's the code word, guys. Blueberry, and I'll add yogurt to that as well. So there we go. Code word yogurt, right from the Marine's mouth. So there you go. You got it there today. What up, Brendan?
Just having a look at this little esports stock again. I was going to double check on news. I have lost my screen. AESE moving back to the downside here, guys. We had a little bit of a volume spike. That was that esports gaming platform stock that was moving this morning all crazy. But finally, it looks like it's going to break back to the downside, guys.
I'm going to say here, and I'm going to call somebody up, but we just got Ayo Tia saying hello from Ireland. Fantastic. We love guests from all over the place. We've never had a guest trader of the day from Ireland. Of course, we've only had a few. So anybody's interested, and if you're interested, let us know. If you want to do what George is doing here, we've had some fantastic and unbelievable guests. I think we've been, we're incredibly lucky to have a great community here, and we're basically knocking out of the park with every guest that we've had. And we feel like we learned something from each person's journey, and there's a lot to talk about within the market as we are seeing some interesting moves. While after 11 o'clock, usually it gets pretty sleepy, but GNUS is on the move. Yeah, this ADAP is on the move as well, guys. So it just broke to 13.40. It was in the money 60 cents. I am looking for over $1 on the rest of this trade here. I did say on a pullback, you almost got to give it to 12.40. So if you have to risk 40 cents on the rest of these shares, certainly want to make more than 40 or 50. It just did give you 60, but this is a big time parabolic move. We want to see if it can't get to that 13.80 mark. We're still long some here at 12.80 and letting it ride.
And guys, we trade them all on this show. There we go. Jarhead, another one. Your boy has this again, so we'll just do falling money. We're long right now at 261. Decent amount of shares right now on GNUS. Thank you to all the viewers here. We're making money on our own calls today, but this one was brought to you by some of you guys out there. So thank you so much for the viewer feedback we get out there. The majority of them there at 68. I don't normally trade these, so we trade the breakout. We get some out at 68. We'll hold the rest. But right now, GNUS, feeling like a hamster wheel, except for instead of running around after nothing, we're just catching those dollar bills, y'all. Let's go, Brendan.
GNUS, guys, no news today, but remember end of last week, there was a big offering on that one, so kind of bouncing back a little bit after the offering last week. For Genius Brands, here we go. I found my chart. Got it back up and running again. $5 just broke to the downside. That's what I was talking about. Still up 100% on Allied Esports, guys. We do have a couple minutes to go here. Brand spanking new educational video just released over, Valeria's going to send out the link, but over on our Market Wisdom page on volume. So please go check that out. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment as well. Let us know what you would like to see in the future as far as educational content is concerned. But yeah, brand new video on volume is out there for you to enjoy. Back to you guys.
Yeah, and speaking of volume, one of the reasons why ADAP here is still going to be on the radar, it's already made a big time move to the upside. Look at it maintain its high volume. It's doing right now, every single minute more volume than you were seeing in the morning move. So it's still maintaining its volume. I think it's going to be a good stock to trade, whether it's a retracement, which could be happening here, or it's going to be a further breakout through lunchtime. It's up 16%. You see a parabolic move. And of course, it's put in a 30% move from this little opening range here. But keep in mind, it is only up 16% on the session. So it is still going to be a big time opportunity for us. When we went to that higher time frame, the first level we picked out was at 1275. I am, however, giving it to 1240 on any kind of a pullback. So it didn't quite get there to 1240. We just got 20 cents away from our stop on this little dip. If it breaks out, I'm out of the trade. Otherwise, we're looking to take out the current high of 1340 before I take the rest of these shares out. When you're playing with house money and you want to get a bigger winner, sometimes you got to let it go against you a little bit, which it hasn't yet, but could.
And there we go, guys. Flipping barbecue here. NVAX $4 winner right now. So there we go. We hit this awful one here. This is the wink one. So there we go. NVAX right here. George, $50 right now. And this is why some of these trades I like to leave 50% on. You talked about sometimes giving up the ghost a little bit early, and that's part of what does happen. And I did the same thing here with GNUS. I got out of 60% of this trade. So again, a nice little 8-penny winner there. Some out 65, 67, 67. 68 again, so now we give this to the top side. I think that's a tip that I could give to most traders there. First tip, follow me on Twitter. Second tip, make sure you hold some of your shares here a little bit. Third tip, first tip, 1A, subscribe to the show, because we're almost at that level there as we go. Perfect on GNUS. Really happy with this trade. And today, guys, CCL, banger. I can't talk enough about that, how much money was made on that one. Zoom, just wow. That goes as high as 204. That would have been a $20 winner. That's a big trade. Let's check back in on Tesla. Absolutely destroyed Tesla here early. Now you're seeing it in a little bit of a spot. But yeah, Tesla, a name that I think we get back to 900. George, did you pick anything up in those doldrum days there of March in your own account maybe? Do you ever hold anything long term? Are you more like us, just in and out? Do you have maybe a 401k or anything like that? And if so, what? Again, it's not a recommendation on any names, but is there a certain long-term hold that you're most excited about?
Yeah, so I've got a long-term portfolio and then an IRA and a 401k through work. My long-term portfolio, I do have a couple of names that it's interesting, in the downturn in March, I did pick up a lot of things that are actually working out really well.
Yeah.
As far as if you want specific names, I can certainly give them to you.
Yeah, just what would you like? Like, what's a long term? Like, for example, I'm pretty bullish on Square. We talked about that. I'm really bullish on Tesla, but not at these levels. Just wondering if there's any other names sort of you had in mind, that a name that you might have picked up that you're thinking about holding for maybe 6 months, a year, something like that.
Yeah, I actually like US Foods. I do hold that long term. I do like Qualcomm. I'm in there, I think, mid 60s.
Nice, buddy.
AAL, I picked up that long term just to kind of sit on. CCL is sitting in there long term, even though these are some names that I trade in and out of in my trading portfolio. And then I've got a couple of other holdings as well. I've got Uber, I believe at 26.
Nice.
So yeah, it's interesting. I'm adding to that as well. We spoke about MVIS earlier. After trading that for a couple of days, I did do a lot of research on that, and I said, this is something I could probably pick up, stick in the portfolio, and just sit on for a while. A lot of these companies are actually good companies with good technology, and if you get a pop one day,
right.
It could pay a big dividend. So yeah.
Good, like that.
I love one thing you said there is like you have a stock that you trade pretty well, you understand some levels, you get a familiarity with it, and then it turns into something you roll over into like an investment trade. And I know when I started, that's literally how my first investment ever was in a penny stock, and I started out in like I'm not going to say what year it was. John knows when we started trading, so 2000. Sorry, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to say it. It is what it is. 2003, whatever. But back in those days, I was a penny stock trader very, very early in my career, and the very first investments were just because I noticed some decent prices and patterns on a couple of names that I was in, and then you did a little research, and it's like, hey, these weren't garbage companies, and then it sort of goes from there. One thing I would say, and I've talked to traders about this. How often do you run into the whole don't trade your book situation when you're short-term trading? Do you ever find yourself in a spot where you're questioning a move that you're making in the short term because of something that you're holding for a longer term there? And if you do separate it successfully, how do you go about doing that?
Neil, you kind of broke out there. Can you just repeat that question?
So the question would be, when you have long-term trades, but you see maybe a short-term setup, day trade opportunity, how do you avoid that whole trade your book trap where you might avoid a particular trade or you might take a trade only because it is in your long-term holding? How do you sort of make sure you don't blend those two time frames?
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, it's a completely different world, right? You have to separate, when it comes to short-term trading, never mind the company and what it's doing, in my opinion. We're trading technicals here. So really, we really don't care, in my opinion, we really don't care about the name. It's more about what the specific stock is doing right now. And that's easy for me to separate those two. Even if I'm in love with a company and hold it long term, doesn't mean I won't take that position short because the technicals are telling me to.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, though. Whether it's the technicals or I don't care what indicators you use, you just have to stick to whatever your plan is and then sort of go from there. Speaking of a plan, we only have a few minutes left, and 80AP is a new one that we just started trading in the last half an hour. So I'm going to leave you with the 1240 level that I have here on a retrace. I think it's going to be a good short if it does break that, but for now I am long in front of it, risking 30 to 40 cents to see if it can't get back towards that high. I think that's going to be worth it. We're playing with a bit of house money. We caught the break late, but there is still some room for it to go in either direction, and we're going to try and take that one. We still actually have space as well. My break even is going to be $17.75. That'll give us a 20-cent win, or it's going to give me that 90-cent winner at $17.05. Brendan, I believe we have a few things to run down before we get out of here. Only a couple of minutes to go. One of them might be any earnings that are coming up, but we already gave away what day it is on the big screen, so I'm not going to ruin it for you guys, but I've already seen it.
Say it again.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I still want to see what day it is. Yeah, we're going to get to that in a second. Yeah, a couple minutes to go here, guys. Not a lot on the way of earnings to come tonight, aftermarket, or tomorrow morning, but as we mentioned, Zoom, aftermarket tomorrow. We have this one, Cloudera, coming up, I believe it's Wednesday, aftermarket, CLDR, 4.8%, just breaking to the upside as well. Really nice look here, up 4.8% today for CLDR. So that one's coming up on Wednesday. But at this time, as we usually do, Jarhead, we're going to go over and check in with Valeria and see what day it is today.
Hey Jarhead, and hey dear viewers, thank you very much for joining us today, for all of your support, super chats, and guys, well, I guess tomorrow we will open with my flaws, so don't forget to subscribe and tune in tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Guys, I'm sending out the link on the chat for our next educational video about what volume is and how to use it to become a better trader. Subscribe to our educational channel and video. How do you like that, and what would you want us to make next? Well guys, first of all, today is the first day of summer. Congratulations everyone. I wish you all a great summer and good weather. And also today is the National Hazelnut Cake.
Woohoo.
Happy Hazelnut Cake everyone.
Yay. Nutella, shout out George. I know you know all about Nutella and hazelnut. My paisan, we're all about hazelnut, that's for sure. So yeah, I got the laugh there. That's a great one. So yeah, I'm all about that. Cloudera, we talked about that as well. And look, we're just stone cold chilling right now today. NVAX is $3 in the money, and we're just watching this continue to go up off of this beautiful long. And I like how you said that there, Valeria. Congratulations to everybody that's made it to the summer, like as if that's kind of like something to be proud of. But I guess my kids have been at home now for like 12 straight weeks or something. So yeah, I guess it's congratulations to everybody. Go out, enjoy that nice warm weather. But anything, last words you may have for our viewers there, George?
Just want to say, a huge thank you to you, Neil, Brandon, Valeria, everybody involved in the Trader TV Live community. It's been incredible. Thank you for all the education that you put out. It's been a big game changer to me and my trading, and I just want to say I appreciate that. Shout out to Robert White, Hoorah Marine, and shout out to my family.
It's 12 o'clock.
I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for the shout out. And the best thing about it, shouting out other viewers that we have in there. This is an awesome community that we have going on, guys. And, we can't thank you enough, all of you, for joining it. And if you would like to be in the spot that George was today, make sure you send us an email. Anybody can be the guest trader of the day. I don't care if you've been trading for a day or 20 years. I don't care if you made $1 or lost thousands or made millions. It doesn't make a difference. We would love to have you on here. It's a fun segment for us, and we hope to continue doing it. And please, please, please get us to that 30,000. It didn't happen today, but it is definitely happening tomorrow. And Valeria is going to be doing that floss dance. I can absolutely count on that one happening in 24 hours. So tune in. Enjoy. It should be a fun one, and as always, for the entire team here, Valeria, who is going to have to practice that floss all afternoon. Our good friend Sean, who's chilling out with the fruit salad there. There's a lot of good, nice, fresh blueberries. And our good friend Brennan Wiggins doing a fantastic job, as always. Thank you, George Jarhead, our guest trader of the day. As always, I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow.